movie podcast ever recorded and notorious riddlers of hot dogs. We got one rule here. What is it, Ryan?
You can't keep giving them hot dogs.
Let's go. Oh man, when I saw the hot dog theme things happening in this movie,
I was like, this movie is rated way too low for the amount of hot dog riddles in this movie.
Almost every scene featured a hot dog in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Deep.
They tied it to ancient Tibetan philosophy.
Right.
Oh, glorious.
Tied it back to things that Shredder would have on his kitchen towels, those little sayings, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know all about those Shredder sayings.
That's right.
Yeah.
Welcome in, everybody. Welcome to Bulletproof Monk. As you heard, we got the mayor, Ryan Mueller, in the house.
What's up?
How's it going, man?
How's it going, Mr. Ryan?
Thumb kiss?
Ooh, there you go.
There you go.
Done one of those in a while.
We haven't done one of those in a while. That's right.
And the mad genius, Joe Goratowski, is also
back. It's been a while.
It has. We're happy you're here, man.
The tens of listeners and fans of mine are all just
At least
tired.
It had to have hit 11 by now.
At least 11.
At least 11.
Or some
They've been worried about me.
They have.
Have you been able to keep up with all the mail that's been
keep 'em
coming
happy.
in?
I think we got at least 3 people since you were here that gave an award to Hulk Hogan and Santa with Muscle.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
he's,
That is
there's
true.
a part of me is here
Yes.
all the time.
For sure. And also the voice, Nicole Frier, about as far away from me as you've ever been, I feel like, on this show. So, hello.
Literally,
Hi.
physically.
Hi, everyone. I thought you meant because I was in Florida yesterday. I was like, that's
No.
far.
No. So I just made the schedule, and this is my fault. I just said, all right, let me know if there's conflicts. And I had no idea you were 1,000+ miles away, and we're supposed to be here on Sunday.
I just came as fast as I could in the car.
I was like,
No hotel. Just
drive through. We got to talk about Bulletproof Monk.
And that was
Speed limits,
I needed to do.
suggestions.
Right.
Speed
that's right.
suggestions.
We didn't even stay overnight. We just
Powered through.
powered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How was it? I mean, whenever I took car trips with kids, I was like, "How's this gonna go? Was it
No,
good?"
it's great nowadays. They've got the technologies. We even borrowed from the library one of those. We call them Wi-Fi machines, but it's not what it's called. It's like a hotspot.
Yeah.
We're just like plug in the Wi-Fi machine. Let's go. So
Awesome.
Nice.
works.
Well, thank you guys all for being here. We are talking about the Patreon poll winner for last month. We did a poll every once a month. We put it out there on Patreon between 6 randomly drawn movies from our list. The one that won the vote was Bulletproof Monk from 2003. So
I'm glad they're starting to take these seriously after the slapstick of Another Kind incident and the threat of shutting down their voting capabilities.
Yeah.
I must say they've really upped their game. And,
they have.
Yeah.
I think they all
Trustworthy.
felt real bad after that.
They should have.
Oh, yeah.
Of Another Kind.
Inconsolable.
So that's why I don't even want to complain about Bulletproof Monk.
That's right.
No.
They know what they did.
I was there for the other one.
Nicole. Yeah, man. So you've been on a lot of these poll winners, so I'm happy
Still
that you're here.
having the dreams. No, I'm just kidding.
If you've never listened, what we're about to do is go through the vitals, tell you everything there is to know about the movie, how it qualifies for our show, and then we're going to go scene by scene through this masterpiece until at the end we're giving out acting awards and non-acting awards, and then finally saying, is this actually a bad movie, or is it a bad movie that rules? And in very rare cases, hold on, this is a straight up good movie.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see
Let's see.
going to happen. This movie was directed by Paul Hunter.
Yay, Mr.
Yay.
Bond. Who's
Hey, Paul, you did it.
His only movie.
You did it.
No, but
Good job,
that's
Paul.
accurate because it was his only movie that he ever made.
Good job.
So he
Hey,
crossed that line, right?
he had one thing on his bucket list that he needed to do, and he checked it off. Directed a movie.
He has 300 credits on IMDb. Only one of them is for a film. All the rest of them are music videos.
Wow.
He's done a music video for every artist that's ever existed. And then Bulletproof Monk.
Well, you know what?
I could see some of the bleed over.
Yeah, that explains one of the characters too had a number of music video credits, so I'm sure there's some crossover
Probably
there.
where they
Oh,
get
yeah.
him from.
Yeah.
And then the movie was written by Ethan Reif and Cyrus Voris. What a cool name, Cyrus.
Yeah.
Cyrus
that's
Voris.
Right.
Awesome.
Sounds like it's a bad guy.
That writing duo.
It does.
That writing duo also responsible for Kung Fu Panda.
Okay.
They
nice.
created Kung Fu
Okay,
Panda.
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Wow, that just... I'm going to cut out... There's a bunch of notes I made which make all the sense now.
Yeah. 4 years later, so that was 2007. So 4 years after Bulletproof Monk, they made.
I was going to say somebody ripped off Bulletproof Monk when they made Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah.
And to find out it's actually the guys who
Themselves.
ripped themselves off
Self-plagiarism.
and did that.
But you can self-plagiarize yourself.
Yeah.
You can.
It's, but I mean, you're not
They should
supposed
sue
to.
themselves.
Yeah, you should sue yourself. You got to go through court.
Yep.
You know, the depositions are horrible.
You're like,
you gotta,
bad.
right.
Don't
Right.
do that again.
Terrible.
You put yourself in timeout.
It's like a never-ending story when you had to face yourself in the mirror.
Right.
You know,
Yeah,
right?
right,
It was like the
right.
most horrific
Yeah.
part.
Yeah.
yeah. And you got to pull that horse from the mud.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't ever go to court against yourself, ladies and gentlemen out
No.
there. Please.
That
don't.
explains why I had deja vu watching this.
Yeah.
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 Movie star Chow Yun-fat, Sean William Scott. A lot of three-namers here. Jamie probably has a middle name King. Also,
No, it's just Jamie King. I think.
It could be.
this was a big year for old Stifler, the Stiffmeister. 4 movies out in 2003. Did you see what these were?
He was everywhere.
Yeah, it was crazy. This was the same year they did the third American Wedding.
Yep.
Was this
Yep.
year?
Yep.
He also then did Bulletproof Monk. Same year they did the Rundown.
Yep.
And he was in Old School this year in 2003 as well,
Yeah.
where he shoots Will Ferrell with the triangle.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, that whole thing.
Yeah.
The same character as from Rundown as well.
And from
Pretty much.
American
Right.
Wedding
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
from everything
Yeah.
else he's
Yeah.
ever been in. Yeah, no, it's true. Budget for this movie was $52 million.
Wow.
Okay.
It's a big budget.
It's a big budget.
And the
Wonder if
box
they got it
office,
back.
It's a,
they did not. $37 million. Not going to get it done.
ouch.
Movie currently sits at a 5.5 on IMDb, which is right around middle of the road for us. Ties it at 98th out of the 192 or 3 that we've covered.
Okay.
With Green Lantern also sit at a 5.5, and Prayer of the Roller Boys also
I
at a
could
5.
actually, yeah, okay. I can,
All right.
that's
The vibe
tracking.
is similar.
Yeah. Yeah.
A movie that you did with us, Dude, Where's My Car, was also a 5.5.
Yeah.
So,
this feels like it's right on par.
Right there.
Yeah.
And here's another reason why it qualifies. Currently sits at a 23% critic score on Rotten Tomatoes. That's pretty bad. And only a 38% audience score. So even the audience,
Audience doesn't like it.
2/3 are like, yeah, no, thanks for Bulletproof Monk. I don't know. It's weird. I never saw this when it came out. I didn't even know about it.
Well, I'm going to jump forward a little bit, just a tad.
Just a
Do you know
skosh.
why I hate it?
That's jumping forward to the end.
Yeah.
For those just doing it
There's
the
no
first time.
bulletproof
We don't
monks.
do that.
No, I mean, not technically.
That's
There's
it.
not.
And I'm done. Thank
right.
you very much.
Okay.
I believe now.
All right.
I'll see myself.
Nice doing an episode with you.
Don't.
There's no bulletproof monks
yeah.
in the movie called Bulletproof Monk.
All right, that's right. We're gonna set that to the side. That's valid.
Okay, all right. I'm sorry.
It was based on a comic book. I guess
ahead of
some
myself.
indie comic, Bulletproof Monk. Right. So maybe they were tied in. They had to call it that. That's what the name of the comic book was.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was a very 90s band name, in my opinion.
Also
Yes,
true.
great.
Yeah.
Right.
Wonderful, but let's maybe not shoot monks then.
Did you just to keep the suspense up? I think it's fair. Did anybody see this back in 2003?
No.
No.
Hell no.
No, and I was looking at the IMDb rundown. I'm like, man, it was just kind of the first time I looked or watched it. It was kind of wild. I'm like, then I go and read the IMDb, and it's like, oh, based on a very underground comic. I'm like, well, that makes sense on all the stylistic things that are going on in the movie right now.
Yeah, it's a little goofy, and you add to that a guy that is a music video director.
Yeah,
you know,
right.
at the helm, who's never done a movie, and
Right.
I don't know that that's a recipe for success.
It hasn't been so far. I mean,
No.
we did a couple other
I feel like we did
directors
who were
that have
music video guys.
right, yeah.
I think wasn't Double Dragon was a
I think
music
so.
video guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I want to
Yeah.
say Dead or Alive was probably
Yeah,
also
right.
But you said you had seen it before, had you?
This one?
Yes.
No.
No. Okay.
No.
All right. We're thinking about something else then. Well, guys, I'm excited that you're here, and we are just going to dive straight in. So before we get too far, if there's all kinds of ways that you've been wanting to connect with the show, there's avenues for you to do that. That means you can call us, email us, reach out, and you'll be featured on one of our mailbag segments. So that's thisshowIstrash@gmail.com, or you can call us at 262-757-8567. Leave a voicemail, and we'll get back to you on one of those mailbag segments. You can also reach out to us on any of our socials. We're on TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, X, sorry, and Instagram. Anywhere you'd find anybody else on socials, you can find us there. And if you really want to support the show, the best way to do that is tell a friend. Send them a social media post. Send them an episode. Say, and be hostile when you do it, please.
Oh, of course. That
Hey,
helps.
jackass,
Hey, yeah.
Listen to this now.
listen to this now. And don't text me back until you have.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, it's all white noise otherwise. You gotta
Until
cut,
we're not
you gotta-
friends anymore.
You got to cut through the white noise.
Yeah.
And get
Are
their
we at
attention.
MySpace?
We should be. I'll make sure. I'll take care of it. If we're
Yeah.
not.
See if it's. I think it's.
I think
still going.
Tom wants us on there.
Yeah. Well, since there's 12 of us, not everybody's going to be in the top 8 friends. So
Oh,
that
my
would
God.
be.
jeez.
Ooh, I'm having flashbacks.
Yeah.
Maybe let's not. Let's
Yeah,
not
let's
do
not
that.
talk about that. All right.
Let's not.
How about we pay some bills?
Let's do it.
All right, guys. It's time to dive through the air like we're swimming through water straight into the plot of Bulletproof Monk.
Love it.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Ready as I'll ever be.
What a precious moment this movie starts with. New life.
CGI butterfly.
Birth of. Do butterflies have see-through cocoons like that? This
sure.
isn't like a point for comedy. Like I'm trying to be like, "Oh, it's so stupid. It's see-through.
No, it depends. I think it
literally was
depends
like,
on
okay.
Sure,
the
it's-
brand of butterfly.
Or a moth situation
Yeah.
from a certain.
Or
I
just
didn't
an
know.
artistic expression.
It
could be
artistic
too.
take on it. But
It picked a dumb place to rebirth itself.
Talk about a surprise when you're holy snakes! Right in the middle of a monk fight.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
And if
Still
your
trying
wings
to-
weren't ready yet, bad news.
That butterfly's at the bottom of the gorge.
That's right, man.
Too bad.
We get 2 monks fighting it out with sticks
this was amazing.
on a bridge.
Did you know this is all real?
Yes.
This actually happened. They fought on a old rickety suspension
I was on the
bridge
edge of my seat.
over a gorge.
Yeah, a 1,000-foot gorge
Yeah.
on location.
Location.
Couldn't.
This is a joke.
Right outside
walking.
San Diego.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Joe
It's
facts.
incredible.
It was amazing.
Facts
The best part of the fight was the armpit flexing when they caught
Yeah.
the pole
Yes.
in their armpits.
Oh my god.
I'm like, who's gonna snap it first,
I was hoping one of them would snap.
or whose shoulder's gonna separate first?
Or just
Probably
one
more
of their
like it.
pecs goes up a little and the whole
Yeah.
thing
Right.
topples.
Right.
They
I got some
twist and
strong
flip 'em over.
armpits.
Well, you have the strongest pits. You are ready, my son.
They must have really good antiperspirant because
Yeah.
those poles didn't slip out from under
Yeah.
their pits.
Crouching tiger, hidden armpit.
I mean, I don't know if that was the last check to box, but yeah, I'll go. with
Box
that.
to
Yeah,
check.
fine.
Box to
Same
check.
thing.
But right after that, he said, "All right, you're ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's time." I saw the armpit.
You beat
Yeah.
me once.
Yeah.
We're
ready.
we're good
That's it.
now.
You're doing
we're
it.
good.
You made that butterfly go to the bottom of the gorge. You're ready to go.
Yep.
Right. And he tells him, this monk, to Chow Yun Fat, he says, "You are
What are you
now
doing with
going
your fat?
to." No, it's his name.
Oh,
It's his name.
Oh, wait a minute. Do I have
Go
to?
ahead. No,
Hold
you
on.
can hit it. Yeah.
Oh, that's not it. Which one? There it
Got
is.
it.
You
Right.
you have to. There's a scroll. This is the MacGuffin, so let's get it out there. There's an ancient scroll. That
Yeah, the dragon scroll.
The old monk has to protect. And he's like, and now you will protect it from anyone.
Yeah.
Because whoever reads this out loud can remake the world however they see fit. So protect it from anyone. I'm like, I wanted him to be like, well, not anyone,
Yeah.
Yeah.
not illiterate people.
Right. I mean, the world is safe.
I did.
You just solve the
Like blind
problem.
people.
Don't teach people
Yeah.
to read. World will be safe.
Also,
Moral of the story.
sir, not to be another, but people that don't speak this language, probably, probably
that
not
would
a-
be pretty safe.
Yeah. The good news too is they were speaking about this in English.
Right.
They were.
So
And you know
all
where
we
else?
have to do is hide this thing in Kentucky, and we're good to go. Right?
that-
You know, that's
right.
You know
that
what I'm
is
saying?
Except for our listeners/watchers who are from there and are literate and very good at reading.
There's probably a couple.
There's
Might
about
be
one or two.
Yeah.
Hi.
And they have all their teeth.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That is-
But I'm
that's
guessing
good-
they don't
that's a-
speak ancient Tibetan.
Well, and the other important thing here is the temple. The temple
Yeah.
name, Sublime Temple.
That's right.
And also, we're not practicing
that band.
Santeria there.
Damn it.
Oh, that joke was sublime. Protect it from anyone.
crystal balls.
All right.
I'll take the singing as a.
I had it all. Okay.
He goes into the candle room. Every temple has a candle room, and he puts his hand on Chow Yun Fat's forehead, and he's like,
Like, yeah, kind of.
"It's you are now." And then like this wind blows through and blows out all the candles every time. I think there's got to be a monk and I'm going, "Damn it! I have to relight all."
Yeah.
They were outside, like, you better not blow those candles out in there.
Yeah.
Took me 6 hours.
All day, lighting candles.
You know, he's the same guy who goes through all like the like dark caves and such. You always find,
Yes.
Yeah.
you know, in like horror movies and
Right.
such. And he's always the one. He's
the one lighting the
out
candles?
there
Yeah.
lighting those candles as
That's
well.
the same guy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's the same
same guy.
guy.
a
He's got
hard
one job.
And then every 60 years, they blow them all out when they try to be so. Who's the new scroll boy? Oh, guess it's him because all my candles are blown out.
Thanks, guys.
Ridiculous. All right, and so while this is all going on, there's some Nazis that are watching
Yeah,
on
bad
the
guys.
rocks.
You know, my history says
Yeah.
the Nazis never made it to Tibet.
No,
Well,
Yeah.
there's a lot of things about these guys.
They
that I
didn't
hate.
really get past
Parallel.
Moscow at all.
Different
I was
universe.
surprised.
it's true.
Right.
They went
Yeah,
around.
Alternate, okay.
Yeah.
They went around. They went through Canada to get.
Oh, okay, got it. Yeah.
It's just a different.
It was the path of least resistance.
That makes sense.
Okay.
It was.
Yeah.
It was.
It was a long way,
So, yeah.
but it was flat.
It was flat.
Well, what'd they do? They went up to Canada, dug through the earth, or what'd they do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
They went around.
Got it.
Hitchhiked.
Saying, dude.
Got it.
So it's very Indiana Jones. Because
is.
They want something to take over the world.
And I kind of did in Indiana when the Nazis came on. I was like, oh, I hate these guys.
Oh,
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh,
yeah. I'll go on the record saying I hate Nazis too.
Once
Even
the,
the little brat ones.
yeah, especially those.
Yeah.
Once he bestowed the new power on Chang Fat, the other monk got really old because while you're the guardian of the scroll, you don't age. And
No.
all of a sudden, he's super old. And I can't help but laugh when he walks out the front door of the place.
He's like, well, I'm
Going on vacation.
I'm gonna do this one thing I've always wanted to do is go on vacation, and then proceeds to get murdered. And to top that off, when Chow Yun Fat was at the end, he's like, enjoy your vacation.
Yeah.
No, this is not what I had in mind. I was going to be in Tahiti sipping Mai Tais.
Getting out of here. Enough guarding a scroll. I'm going to the beach.
Yeah.
Now, the Nazi's the easy bad guy because you have to do very little to establish any kind of hatred.
Right.
Because he's a Nazi.
Super easy.
But I hated him even more when he went in and blew their horn in their temple.
Yeah.
Oh, right?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
audacity of that.
Oh, because I don't
And
know
with
why
that
that's
haircut.
insulting,
Yeah.
but
It's insulting.
it seemed
It
to
is.
be.
yeah. These guys all.
I'm going to come into your house and blow your horn, see what happens.
yeah. How'd you
See
like
how you
that?
feel.
Somebody
How
else's
would you
lips
feel?
on your horn, Joe.
Right.
Super rude.
Okay. How many? How many lips touched your horn so far?
So far, none.
then that
Well,
would
there
be
we go.
very
It
disrespectful,
would be.
wouldn't it?
Okay. I'm not up on horn blowing etiquette
Okay.
because it didn't seem
Funny
to
enough,
me.
when you go into Joe's living room,
Right.
giant horn right on
That's
his
what I'm
hand.
doing.
Nicole,
Right.
do you have a large horn in your living room that
No.
it's forbidden to blow?
No.
Okay.
Like a shofar? Like in,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Jewish?
You
Okay.
should.
Yeah, something maybe a flute,
French horn.
No, I'm all
a
out.
French horn.
I have many on my Christmas tree.
Okay.
Okay.
So if somebody
So,
came in
there
and
we go.
blew one of your Christmas horns, what would you do about it?
I'd be like, look at you embracing music.
See? See?
What the world needs now.
Yeah, but you're
Yes.
you're a French horn player.
Yeah.
So you're
Hi,
into
yeah.
You're all about
Oh.
And we play it when we want you to.
feel something.
feel
Heck
something.
yeah.
All right.
All right.
Anyway, back to the
Yes.
German leader's bad haircut. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, the worst.
Oh my-
The worst.
It's not the worst haircut we've seen on this show, though.
No. All right. Couple sold. So they mowed down all the monks who were lined up in front of them.
Yeah, what was their job? Just
link
Operation Human Meat Shield?
Yeah. Yeah. Their
know, cannon
function was
fodder?
to take bullets.
If they
That's-
get
that's when I was
past
annoyed.
you, then we're screwed.
Yeah, because there was 6 of them. They just lined up. You could have just walked around.
Right around.
But instead, they're
They
like,
weren't.
well, we can't get in. We get these monks just lined up in
Yeah.
front of us.
Shoot them.
We have to shoot them. Let's plug my ears first.
Yeah.
Mows them all down. They send a couple of cannon fodder guys in because
Yeah.
now the nameless monk is inside.
How do you forget your own name?
You
just
don't,
do
you
it.
lose it.
Well, he just.
You whooshed away in the wind. When
Yeah.
it
When all the
swept
candles
around.
get blown out.
I think it's the equivalent of someone saying, and don't tell anybody about this. And you go,
Right.
Tell them what?
Tell them what.
He was like,
You must change your name, or you must lose your name, Herbert. Forever.
Done. Done. Didn't like that name
Hey,
anyway.
that's a bad name.
I got to tell you, I'm fine with it. Okay, it blew away with the wind, and the two guys walk in, and and the two guys just come flying out. Even their guns are chopped. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And so they send everybody in, and he Chow Yun's their fat. I don't know. I don't know what
Yeah,
what
yeah,
else
yeah,
to
so that's
say,
accurate.
okay?
That's
Yeah.
accurate.
That's exactly what he does.
Yep.
He
Yeah.
just
That's
rips
all
them
he
all
did.
apart until there's just him and bad haircut left.
Yep.
Yep.
right? And he goes, "You are good, but you're not bulletproof." That was Russian.
Not bad.
That's right.
He kind of sounded Russian. I mean, his accent wasn't great either.
Actually,
So I was watching it with my son who's 10, and he said, "But you're not bulletproof." And my son went, "Ha!"
Yeah.
Because we've seen the movie title.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And I kind of had your reaction, Joe. So he dives, ducks, dips and dodges his way around.
Yeah. Yeah.
Touche, sir. That was
The
great.
battle, the pan,
All that stuff. And then at the end, he's standing on the edge of a cliff, and then he just gets shot.
He just takes one, and he doesn't even like
one.
move out of the way or nothing like that. I'm just gonna tank it.
But I thought, okay, perfect. Maybe the bullet moves
God.
him. Maybe it's still like if I threw a,
No.
they have those sandbag guns. Maybe like that,
Yeah.
you'd still fall back. And I was waiting for. Have you ever heard that? It's like a
Sandbag gun,
their little
Beanbag.
it's
Beanbag.
beanbag.
beanbag. Got it. Thank you.
Bing bang.
Bing, bang, bing, bang, 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 bing, bang.
Ding, dang. What a bing bang.
I had a thought once.
Okay.
So anyway, I thought he was gonna like do some amazing
You're
flip flop, and then show up behind him.
Yeah.
like I was waiting for that, but I guess he
No, he just-
evaporated.
He
just
did a
falls.
cliff dive backwards.
And I was like, hey.
Yeah.
Oh, movie over already? What's going on?
A
I
line
was
of monks get shot.
fine
He
with
gets
it.
shot.
Yeah.
The only fast forward I'll do is that later you find out.
Yeah.
Can I say it now?
No, it's-
that he had a little like a bullet
wound.
Yeah.
scar.
Yeah.
So it did, and I was like, he wasn't the name is a lie.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
then I raged. No, I didn't. I was fine.
Yeah.
I did laugh when. So you've got a Nazi versus a monk on a cliff, and he shoots him and falls off, and then all the Nazi does is just run over and go, "Monk!"
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
screams off the edge of the cliff.
Yeah.
All right, 60 years later, we find Sean William Scott's character, Carr. That's his name.
Car.
Not a possession.
No.
And he's in a subway snatching wallets and purses and stuff from people because he's a pickpocket. A no good charlatan and such.
Oh, but he's got a
But he's
Heart
so
of gold.
fast and quick.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Heart
he
of
is.
gold.
yeah.
Particle.
He's a good pickpocketer.
He even gets out of a handcuff when he tries to pickpocket a cop who handcuffs him.
Yeah, which was pretty
slick, yeah.
on the cop part. Yeah.
I actually was very impressed. I was like,
No.
is this what our law enforcement is doing? Nice.
I was like, that's a pretty slick move by the cop. Just slapped a
stuff.
cuff on him.
Got right out of that.
Yeah, didn't take long.
Meanwhile, we see Chow Yun Fat, and I'll just call him the monk from now on because that's a lot to say. The monk is also there being chased
call.
by people in suits, and they're after him. And then, so Sean William Scott's running through the subway. So is the monk, and they end up colliding into each other and sending this poor girl onto the subway tracks.
And her teddy bear.
Yeah.
her teddy bear, and then somehow getting her leg wedged underneath
Yeah.
the rail.
She like slid there somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was really difficult to do.
Only once in a lifetime.
You couldn't do that again if you wanted to.
Nope.
This was a weird scene because the monk jumps down in there, and you're like, okay, that makes sense because we'd already seen some newspaper clippings of him saving people.
Sure.
But then there's already someone down there saving her currently.
Yes.
So why does Carr also jump down there? And I get they want to establish he's got a heart of gold, whatever.
Yeah.
And then he's like, all right, get ready to pull while I use the force on this screw to get it or whatever. But he's like, well, I can't pull with this backpack full of money that I have.
Which he throws really far away.
That's just getting in the way.
He could say to the girl, now pull out your leg. 3,
Yes.
2,
Yes.
1.
Right? So just the whole thing was a little weird.
Yeah.
Not only that, he threw that bag where it was easily retrievable
Yeah.
Yeah.
By somebody else or himself.
or himself when he's done,
Saving
not
the girl.
pulling that girl, his leg out of the track.
I'm going to say this right now.
Sure.
There is way too many parallels with Matrix.
Oh, you
In
think?
this an absolute ton. I swear Bulletproof Monk was thank you. Bulletproof Monk was put together with bits and pieces of popular movies that had come out 4 or 5 years prior.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, and between the subway stuff, all the guys in black suits, the mystery forces that these people
A couple
do.
times people bending way backwards to their tables.
Yeah, there's a lot of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they had stuff. They had a lot of stuff the Matrix didn't have.
Like
Like
I don't want
Stifler.
to know.
Yeah, they
I was gonna
didn't.
say
Yeah,
that
exactly.
Stifler.
Okay. They have Stifler. They have
A scroll.
Chow
so
Yun Fat.
they walk
yeah,
for a little
Chow Yun
while after
Let's go right back. into
him and the monk are now walking away.
Yeah.
I can tell you are a good person, and they're trying to like establish these two characters or whatever. And,
I like.
and they end up shaking hands and parting ways. But as they shake hand and part ways, he steals the scroll.
Yeah.
Because he figures
Gives him
out
a little
where
bro
he put
hug.
it.
Right.
Yeah.
Like when
Or
you
what it is,
pickpocket
or-
someone, you usually pick the pocket, but it wasn't placed in his pocket. So he just did an entire full body pat down in the hug, I guess.
Yeah, and he's just like this ancient monk that has superpowers. Let's just call them what they are.
Yeah.
Doesn't know that he got robbed.
I
He
think
probably
did.
does.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think he did.
That's why
I think
hung
he
around.
did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, after they part ways and he's got the scroll, he makes it about 10 feet before he gets punched by the subway glam squad.
I cheered. I was like, yes.
Do you mean the music video within without the
You're
music?
like, yes.
Yeah.
You got hit by Wish.com Dolph Lundgren.
Bro,
Yeah.
this has to be
Accurate.
the lamest gang I've seen in a movie. And I've seen Prayer of the Roller Boys.
Right. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
And when this dude comes down his elevator that goes nowhere with his jacket hanging off,
It's for a dramatic effect.
Yeah.
no shirt on,
A
tribal
chain.
tattoos,
Yep.
faux hawk. It's like
Mr.
2000.
Fantastic.
Funktastic.
Yeah.
Mr.
Mr.
Funktastic.
Funktastic.
Or I'd like
Tatted.
to say Mr. Hard Nipple. because everybody's wearing jackets and
Laugh.
it's cold and
Yes.
he is shirtless.
Yeah.
It's everything awful about 2003 in a person.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
a person.
Yes.
Really is.
Okay. Did you notice that on his, I don't want to say it on here, but the N is missing on his tattoo.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'll let you all figure out what his actual tattoo says. Okay.
Yeah.
But the N is missing. He comes down his elevator and he's like, "You've got to pay me if you want to do stuff in the subway."
Yeah.
60% you get to live here.
That's right. These kids look like there's not a speck of dirt on any of them.
And I
No.
didn't see a bed, frankly, anywhere.
Not a bed?
I wouldn't do it.
They looked like they were just on break at the community college.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is what it looked like.
Yep.
They were in between classes.
They're in the
They-
student union.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
were rejects from the Foot Clan. They couldn't get to the
wouldn't
Foot
take
Clan.
'em.
They wouldn't take them.
They wouldn't take 'em.
So they're just in their own little subway section
Yeah.
of the subway.
It's ridiculous.
Led by some dude whose nipples will cut glass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's one girl there standing off to the side looking as cool and as hard as she can. She's trying to look as cool as possible.
This girl
Jade.
worked hard. Worked
Yeah.
so
All of her
hard.
words were very dramatic.
And the look. You got to have the look.
The look.
Nicole.
Yeah.
The Kubrick stare. She just, that the entire time.
Down the
Right.
forehead.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Yes.
Ah, I'm burning. Oh.
Yeah.
So he
It
obviously
happens. I'm sorry for that. by the way.
Carr is not interested. He said, "I think I'll check into a Motel 6 or whatever he says."
Yeah.
They're like, ooh.
Ooh, that's a
Sick burn, bro.
sizzle.
Yeah, they're like,
Oh, good. Thank you.
and then
Yes.
they start fighting, and where Jade comes out of there out of Street Fighter, the Ryu spinning
Absolutely. Tornado move.
tornado
Yep.
kick from Street Fighter.
Yeah.
And I was like, what in the hell is happening here? And they all start to try to fight with him. And then it's like they fight for a little bit. And then he rolls on top of her and tells her she's beautiful.
Of course.
And
Yeah.
then Mr. Funktastic has to come in and take over the fight.
Yeah.
And he starts trying to beat him with a pipe. And I'm like, you see, all you got to do is tell a girl she's pretty and she'll help you fight her boyfriend because
That's
she
right.
kicks him a pipe.
Yep.
Right
Yes.
after that, all of a sudden she's smitten.
Well, I think it's the jawline.
It's Sean William Scott.
Dude, he's got the most
Severe.
severe jawline of all jawlines.
Yes.
He doesn't, I don't think he has a throat.
No, it'd be too dangerous to have when he'd cut it.
It would.
Right.
Do you
He has
realize, like, he has to wear leather on his, like,
Just to
collarbones?
protect.
He looks
And his
down
chest
So he just-
looks down.
Yeah. Don't want to get the road
He
rash
tries
from
to
his
fold
jaw.
towels, and it
Yeah.
just cuts him.
Yeah.
It's like a punch.
You fold towels with your chin?
Well, you hold it.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. So all his towels have like a little
Wait, hold on a second.
cutout where he's
Yeah.
Yeah.
You hold, when you fold the towel, you hold it under your chin.
Not he
and
doesn't.
you-
no.
He can't. But I'm
destroy
saying
them.
normal people, yeah. You've
Normal
never folded the towel
Under my
using-
neck with my chin?
To hold it.
Yes.
Don't you have arms?
Yeah, but you got to hold it in place because
Wait.
they're so big. You got to.
Okay. We're gonna go off the.
That's
this
right.
is gonna be for the extended.
That's
cut.
fine.
I need a diagram.
This is the
Okay.
extended. How do you fold your towels?
Your effing towels.
How do you fold your freaking towels? Do you do the half or do you like the 3?
First, I make it long and skinny in half. So
Okay.
And then in half and in half.
Oh, so you're just doing like eighths or whatever quarters. You're not doing the three.
Whereas
The nice
you take
three-way.
a towel wingspan,
Yeah.
grab it
Origami.
with the chin,
Yeah.
And you
put
fold it
out
in
here,
half.
and then grab it and
Like that.
Sure.
And you go
So
like
now
this.
your other hand has beard hairs and spit. Excellent. And then you just go ahead and flip it up.
What kind of mess do you think is on my chin?
I know,
that-
I was gonna say, why-
it's just beard hair and spit
Because
all over
you went
myself.
past your hand like this when you just showed me the
Yeah.
visual. So I
like
see.
there's just barbecue sauce
I'm just
and
like,
old Cheetos ending up on your towels.
Okay, this is
The monk is watching all this happen, and not the towel folding, but the fighting, and he
yeah.
goes, "He will fight an army under a flock of cranes."
I
He looks
rolled
up.
my eyes
You look
so freaking
Yeah.
hard.
And I didn't catch that till the second time I watched it. I'm like, oh crap,
Cranes.
there's cranes up
Yeah.
there,
Yeah.
industrial cranes.
Yeah,
Got
and
it.
they panned up, and I was like, why am I? What? Oh,
That's what I was
So-
wondering the first time. I'm like, why the hell are they looking at the ceiling?
I happened to have gotten it because I clocked the crane at the time, but I was like, okay, it's interesting writing that they're making it a different place. It's a homophone, no, same word, same spell.
Homonym.
And anyway, another word for that bird, but that rhymes too, which is real fun. That is the word. So I liked it. I just thought delivered differently somehow it actually could have been cool.
Absolutely
He's thinking outside the box in terms of the prophecy.
right.
true.
After Carr shows how far he got in the baton twirling in high school when he was part of the color guard, Jade convinces Funktastic to stop. She's like, "I'm bored beating up this loser, and you know how fighting always gets me so hot." And what followed this was one of my favorite lines of dialogue we've ever heard in any movie ever.
There's
And this
been a
is
few
what
in
it
this
says.
one, but go ahead.
He says after she says that to Carr, "Lucky for you, this little crumpet has come back asking for some more funktastic love."
It's beautiful.
What an incredible.
Great bit of writing.
So she
there.
saves his life by being like, I'll make out with this guy. That's
Right.
fine.
yeah.
Also, I didn't think it was her boyfriend because she really liked him. At the time, I didn't know of her other life.
Sure.
But I thought she was like being with him and others would too, just because to stay alive on the streets
Yeah. Sure.
situation. I didn't think
Thought she was a
loved
street.
him.
Yeah, no, I didn't know. So they let him go. One dude throws a knife past his face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do something.
That was really weird because I'm like, that
Unnecessary
guy
knife
could have
throw.
ended the entire fight
Yes.
in 2 seconds, but he was just sitting in some corner, like
sitting
mouthing
there
off a
and
few
saying-
words, and that's it.
Yeah, like, oh yeah, that means he's going to cut your balls off like
Yeah.
that. Oh,
Little did we know
And then he
that
flicks
guy
a knife.
should have been the leader of the gang
probably should have been.
Yeah.
because he would have wiped the floor with everybody.
But he doesn't have tribal tattoos and piercing nipples, so he couldn't.
Again, it's a point of the movie that could have been funny when he threw it and he'd be like, what? But it was just, we just all went, what? Why did that happen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he stared at it and then he ran off because everybody else had run off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Like the little brother that was left behind. Like, wait up, guys.
Yeah.
man.
But he went the wrong way.
He had tried to buy his way out of the situation with the scroll, but I should have said before, Funktastic just chucked
yeah.
it. The monk picks it up, and so he does have the scroll back. The monk does. Goes to talk to Carr after this fight, and Carr kind of blows him off again. He says, "Where did you train? You're not a bad fighter." He's like, "The Golden Palace." And
Well, I ate a buffet there once.
It did sound like a restaurant. That's what I thought he was getting at.
Yeah.
But all the bad guys just go to drown their sorrows in a funktastic dance party in the subway.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? Seriously. It was
I know exactly what you're doing.
You know exactly what I'm doing.
So much.
You're welcome.
ridiculous. They're having the most 2003 party ever.
Yeah, they are. High five, Nicole.
Funktastic goes to cash in on Jade's promise from earlier, right? Which she leads him on for a second, but then realizes her necklace is gone, so she's got to go.
She's pretty bad in the first half of this movie. Like, I thought she was going to go the way of Jenny from Forrest Gump.
Right.
You know, like just keep constantly, saying that, oh yeah, well, we're still friends.
Yeah.
To be fair,
To be fair.
her name in the first part of the movie is Bad Girl.
Yeah.
It is.
So,
Well,
Yeah.
Everybody got that?
See, there you go.
Okay.
Well, let me write that down.
Yeah, write that down.
Write that down.
Write that down.
I love that.
Bad boy. No.
To get out of there,
Bad guy.
she chains Funktastic.
Wait, that's Billie Eilish.
She chains Funktastic to his elevator that goes nowhere.
It goes up.
Goes up.
But there's
To
nothing
nowhere.
up there. It's like having an elevator to the top of your refrigerator. There's nothing up
Just,
there.
Don't cry for me, Argentina.
And so I just want to be like,
Truth is.
there's nothing up here. Let me down, please.
Yeah.
I just use this for entrances.
That's wrapped around his wrist.
Yeah, I know.
Like 3 times, and he's like, "I can't get out
move.
of this."
All right.
Whatever.
Let's go to
He
the
deserves
golden-
everything he gets.
Could have used his nipples to cut free.
For sure, he could have.
He knows what he did.
Just starts cutting through. Incredible. I wouldn't. In this movie, it would have.
It would have checked out for this movie.
Tone-wise,
Yeah.
would not have broke the tone.
No, not at all.
All right, at the Golden Palace, this is where Carr trains. It's a movie theater that shows old kung fu movies.
Yes.
And I was thinking, I'm like, if he just pantomimes old karate movies, we got to get him a copy of The Perfect Weapon.
Yes.
I was gonna say he would have been unstoppable.
Kill and Kill Again.
That.
Give him a
Oh,
copy
yeah.
of that too. Yeah.
Lots of good air karate in both of those
There's
movies.
a ton.
Oh man, that's all I thought of. But I was happy that Mako was back.
I was happy when I saw him come
Yes.
in.
Because he was also in The Perfect Weapon.
Yep.
He owned the store. He got killed by a headbutt while he was in bed. I think is what, if I remember right.
I think that's what it was. Yeah.
I don't remember. but
Whatever. But he was also in Conan the Destroyer.
Yes.
Right? I mean, just every time this
Wow.
guy's in here. Yeah.
This
Great.
guy's been around a long time.
And it looks like the car works there in heavy quotations, also lives there. And,
kind of. Yeah, he like changes out
Works
the roles.
/ lives
Yeah.
/ trains.
When he gets upstairs, Monk is already chilling in Carr's room with some Cocoa Puffs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's almost as rude as blowing somebody's horn. When,
Don't go on my Cocoa Puffs.
Almost.
Just
Almost
coming in,
as
just horn blowing and
right.
Cocoa Puff eating.
Now just imagine
Jinx.
Yeah.
I-
imagine
owe
if
you
you're
a
blowing Cocoa Puffs out the horn.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
unspeakable.
It is.
They get stuck in there. Gross.
Gross.
Oof. Sour milk.
just
The next time you go
don't do
blow
it.
the horn.
You just don't
Just
do
don't.
it.
Just don't. Yeah.
Okay.
I know that now, guys. By the way,
Yeah.
I know that now.
Okay.
All right, good.
I didn't realize how much of a taboo it was, but now I know.
Good.
Never blow another man's Cocoa
No.
Puffs.
Speaking of Cocoa
Or
Puffs,
horn.
Or horn.
I liked how Chow Yun-fat, when he was walking around, whatever
Yeah.
part of he was still chewing Cocoa Puff.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I thought that was cool because in real life people do that as opposed to, okay, now the scene is over here and we
Yes.
tape this part. It just,
Yeah.
it's a little
He's
tiny
like,
dose of real.
A more enlightened man would welcome me in, a weary traveler, and let him partake in some Cocoa Puffs. I like how he said Cocoa.
I do.
Even better, my favorite quote of the entire film, I read it. For someone who wants to kick my freaky ass, you do a lot of talking. But the way he says it is real cool.
Yeah. But this is where Carr basically, all right, I'm going to kick your ass because you're hanging out eating my Cocoa Puffs. And he tries to kick his ass, but old boy doesn't even spill his milk.
No.
Yeah. Here's a Kung Fu Panda.
Yes.
You're fighting over food.
Yeah.
A bowl of soup.
He's
flip
like
is
with
cool.
the flip Cocoa
Yep.
Puffs, and he's you got some quickness, huh?
I love the noises.
Which I didn't rewind to watch it, but that flip was like a legit.
It was legit.
Yeah.
And the noises killed me. Whoop, 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 whoop. It was so
it's
good.
like Larry Moon
Vega.
Curly in here.
It's like Vega from Street Fighter.
Oh,
my gosh.
so great. They, I lost my spot. Okay, here we go. They sit down for a beer after he realizes he's like, okay, I can't kick you out, right?
Yeah.
They sit down for a beer. The way the exposition is written in this scene, when he's like, "My name is Carr. It means family, which I never had."
I give him 2 bonus points for not being like, I quit, leaving, and like sticking up. I really, because it wasn't, it was,
It's that bad.
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think even he had to question things.
Sure.
It was a
At a certain
money-making
point in
year
time,
for him,
yeah.
though.
Oh yeah, he was untouchable. This movie didn't sink him because the next 2 or 3 years he's doing more and more.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Which is really weird.
right.
As bad as this movie dropped,
Right.
it did not stop him.
It didn't phase
Right.
him. He was on the upswing for sure.
Yeah.
He gives him this hot dog riddle. Monk gives him a hot dog riddle about why is there 8 hot dogs in a pack and only in 10 buns. And when you can answer that, I'll leave. And then just goes to sleep in his bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a correct answer to that.
There is.
Yeah.
We won't find that out till later.
Well, that's not even the correct answer either, so I'll give the correct answer later.
Cut over to
later.
the Human Rights Organization,
Yeah.
which is so obviously a bunch of Nazis.
Such an obvious front.
I appreciate they tried to do it in a way that was supposed to surprise us, but
Yeah.
no.
I'm like,
It's like
Nazi. Yeah.
there's a bunch of Nazis sitting around. We have this new organization called Goody Two Shoes.
That's right.
We're a bunch of Goody Two Shoes, and we try to do good things,
Yeah.
and we hate bad stuff.
We use most of the letters, but not C.
Not all of them.
That's right. Uns we love all people. Yeah,
After the war,
that's right.
we come down and we start a new group. I can't do a German.
I can't.
So why did bad girl go there? Because
No
she's
reason.
just rich and cultured.
No reason.
Hit the button.
yeah.
No reason.
No
Okay,
reason.
thank you.
They just needed to set something up later.
I was like, what? Is
That's
she?
all I
only
have
reason
for
she's
this
there.
scene because there's nothing else to talk about.
I don't
No.
get it.
It's just to
Okay.
establish them. And then at the end, the 17th Reich rolls up in a wheelchair. And, you know, he's like, cleanse the earth of the races that we hate.
Sure.
You have to
Yeah.
find the scroll
Yeah.
and all that garbage.
Yep.
Yeah.
Garbage.
And then it's the next day, and we see Carr at a hot dog stand. Again, there's so many
So much.
hot dogs.
Yes.
You can't keep feeding them hot dogs.
Can't keep
They're
giving them hot
probably
dogs.
like, how can we get
Where's
these two,
Tom
Western
Selleck?
and Eastern together?
Right.
What's more American than hot dog?
That's right.
Sean William Scott.
That's it.
That's it.
Eating a hot dog.
With Kung Yao Fat.
Which he
Yep,
bought a
close
second
enough.
one for a homeless guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, which
Isn't he
he
heart
never
of
ate it
gold?
on camera.
Nope,
No.
never did.
No.
No.
He probably was ticked. He wanted money for his liquor.
Monk is back to mess with him again, and he attempts the riddle, and Sean William Scott attempts the riddle and fails the first time, right? I don't even remember what his stupid answer was.
Doesn't
right?
matter.
But it
Yeah, it
didn't matter.
doesn't
It wasn't.
matter.
It wasn't correct.
Wasn't.
Jade rolls up to get her necklace. She's just in every scene at this point.
Yeah.
Hi, I knew right where you'd be. I'm here for my necklace.
See, while we were rolling around on the
Okay,
ground.
so that is a theme. I want to say this right now because I got it written down here.
yeah.
Nice, big, nice. I'm gonna
She's
circle
gonna
that
get you a bell every time it happens. You can just ring a bell.
I don't want to hit this because we're
Ring-a-ding-ding.
I don't think we'll run out of room.
Okay.
To be honest with
We
you,
might, yeah.
is
Yeah.
the biggest problem that I have, or one of the biggest problems, other than the monks aren't bulletproof,
Yeah.
is how does anybody know where everybody is?
Amazing.
Everybody knows where everybody is at any point in time.
Yep.
There's no searching. Well, I mean, there's like you searching at the place you know the guy is.
Yeah.
Right.
Other than that, everybody knows where everybody is at all times.
Oh, yeah.
And it drives me absolutely up the wall.
There'll be a scene later where I was like, either someone tells me there was a tracking device on him,
Yes.
or
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm leaving.
This,
for sure.
I didn't leave, but I should have.
Jade
we couldn't.
You couldn't. You had to
No,
finish.
I had to.
Yeah.
Carr goes, this is my friend. He's
pain.
He's a Buddhist monk. And she's like, he's not Buddhist. Buddhist monks shave their head.
Yeah.
Maybe he's Tibetan or he. I'm like, oh.
She knew. Yeah.
She knows many flavors of monks.
She
Intriguing.
has sampled many.
Intriguing. And they start speaking in a language that's not English,
No.
right?
Yep.
And
There's subtitle English.
it's great stuff. Like, oh, we're learning all kinds of new stuff
And-
about Jade here.
Stifler's just sitting there nodding stupidly at everything they're saying.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, tell me about it. Yeah.
right.
It's all
like,
true.
I do like the fact that, she said something about he's full of
Yeah.
and then the monk's like, well, manure does fertilize the ground and can feed millions of people.
It's true.
Yeah.
Because there's a
I thought that was
there's a-
kinda nice.
No, and there was a line very early in the movie where he was the most undisciplined youth
Yes.
ever, and so that's why he's drawn to this one.
Yeah.
I think.
And he even said, like, this is the most undisciplined youth I've ever seen.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The suits show up to chase Chow Yun Fat around, or the
course
monk
they do.
around, and they all go on this big chase, which is, I say big, it's stupid. At one point, Carr's like, I'm not getting part of this, and he just ends up circling right back to him wherever they were.
He's like, no, yeah, I'm a part of it.
I'm not part of it.
But I knew right where you were, so I'm back.
But the good news is, at the end, Chow Yun, I'm not gonna do it. The monk. At the end of this chase, the monk flips onto a car and catches two guns.
That was pretty cool.
Yes.
Awesome.
Only that's just for the poster.
Yeah.
That's the only one.
Also true.
That's the only reason why they did it was just
Or
for
the
poster.
trailers, I'm guessing.
Some people might look at this scene and say, "That's the crappiest CGI I've ever seen in my life."
No, that really happened.
That really happened.
the 19th power of the monk is to turn into a cartoon.
Yes.
Sure.
Okay. So that's what was happening there. Like, don't be that guy that's like, oh, crappy early 2000s.
He's got the
CGI.
scroll. He's a protector of the scroll.
Right.
It gives him unlimited powers, and he's going to turn into a cartoon if he needs to turn into a cartoon.
He's straight up Neo at this point in time.
right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because whoever caught those guns was not a human.
No.
But then he changed back to being.
He's back to
Yeah.
being human.
And I think he
totally
only
real.
shot the guns out of the people's hands, didn't shoot them.
Yes. Of
course.
So that
Right.
Because it's PG-13.
Yeah, that's what it was.
They hide in this underground temple. There's a temple of his kind of monks, whatever flavor of monkey is. They're there.
Yeah.
Like a basement of a building nearby.
Yeah.
And it's filled with all these monks that want to be the next scroll boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So, question: What is it? What's the benefit of becoming a monk? In this particular
Wait,
case,
a monk or the monk?
in this particular movie, what would be the benefit of becoming said monk, a monk in this? Was it just the chance of becoming maybe that to be that one chosen one?
No.
Because it seems like every time, like majority of monks just get beat the crap out of,
Yeah.
and then shot.
Just once every 60 years, though. So
Somebody
Well,
gets a
okay,
chance.
all right. Well,
Yeah.
maybe that's what
that's
it
a day you go for the groceries.
Yes.
We have unlimited power. You don't age.
Yeah.
Bullet wounds heal. That's the advantage,
The
right?
journey to enlightenment is not a path to a door, but a river forever flowing into the horizon. Okay.
AKA getting your ass kicked and getting shot in the face.
Wow.
Sorry for
No,
swearing.
it's okay. It's okay.
Because
It's
I
true.
just don't feel like there's.
I did like the handshake test between.
Yeah.
I thought that was funny. Carr and the monk that wants to be the next scroll boy are like,
Yep. Scroll boy. I
I'm
like
not
this.
letting it go either. And, you know,
I'm not even giving it my best squeeze.
I'm gonna squeeze harder.
Was the peeing contest of the movie.
Well, speaking of peeing contest, his hand's all jacked up, and he gives him pea jelly to make it better.
Why?
Yeah.
Because
Why
that's
not?
when the writers were like, let's pretend it's more of a comedy. It's with so many of the films that we talk about on this podcast, didn't quite know what kind of movie it was.
Right. He gives him the balm or whatever, and he's
Yeah,
like,
the pea
"Oh,
balm."
it's fast acting. It's so warm and it's delightful, and
Yeah.
I made it from my urine."
See, if you've got the scroll, you've got magical healing
Now
urine.
as an old person, I'm at the age where I'm like, hey, if it works,
It's
Yeah,
fine.
right.
I don't even
Yeah.
care.
Like the Windex from my big fat Greek wedding. On
Right.
That is so true.
I don't even care.
James,
What it's-
that is so damn true. Because I screw you. Because that's exactly in a part of my brain
Yes.
that I didn't want to admit.
No,
I thought that to myself when I watched this.
I now only care if it works.
You're going to get some weird stuff in the advertisements of your social
Like,
media feeds now.
I know.
That's
If
fine.
I can get some urine jelly and it works instantaneously,
Urine salve.
monk,
So
urine
what
salve.
would you say would be the next thing we talk about?
So right here he goes, it's time. It's time for me to train you to fight better.
Well done, Nicole.
He goes,
Sorry.
it's time for me to train you to fight better.
Yep.
1 5-minute session should do it.
That's it.
Yeah, we're good now.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it. They go to some warehouse nearby.
Not gonna teach you
And
anything.
he's like, all he teaches him is you can swim through the air if you
Yeah.
really believe it.
Yes,
What?
believe it.
In going back to how he learned only from the movies, how
Yeah.
many of us would just be in the movie theater let's say he practices every day, we would
Yeah.
still just be going, wha, wha, ha. Like,
Yeah.
someone needs to tell you how to, wha.
How to hwa correctly?
The hwa.
Because if you ha while you're hwing,
You're
Yeah,
just
you
gonna
can't
end
hold
up-
your-
Yeah, time
what if
travel
you
happens.
bust out a bia when
Yeah.
you needed a hiya?
Right. You need a guy.
You got to have the
gotta
cadence
have it.
down. You have
gotta
to.
have it.
Yep.
He should have been
Everything's
way
all off.
less effective as a fighter.
But if he just did better, just do it better.
Yeah.
Just do it better.
Just do it better.
While he's and literally, I'm not even joking. When the whole thing boils down to, if you can defy gravity and physics and everything just by believing really hard.
Yeah.
Okay. That's it's not any more complicated than that. There's no mystical
Nothing.
incantations. There's no the force surrounds you and envelops you.
No.
Any of that stuff. It's just just try really hard.
Yeah.
My son got up and tried it. It didn't work. He's fine.
Okay, I'm glad he's okay. Is your coffee table okay?
A small test. Yeah, we're good.
All right. Want to make sure. Chopper shows up. Knew they were in there.
Yep.
Exactly.
And just starts
Matrix style miniguns
up.
on the
Super
chopper.
excessive.
Yeah.
Super excessive. And they're all wearing suits, which I guess look fly or whatever words they were using back then. But they're really not great for running.
Boss.
No.
Yeah, boss, right? Like
Yeah.
put on some tracksuits or something.
Well,
They
again,
go to the-
but that's what the agents
Yes.
wore.
Yeah.
In the Matrix.
Yeah. Yep.
They even pulled up in like old Crown Victorias.
They did.
That's right.
They're even there's even a couple shots where they pull out and they're shooting and they're Desert Eagles.
You're right.
That-
Nazis were firing Israeli-made handguns.
Yes.
which made me very happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This ripped
Really?
off.
Yes. Oh,
so
yeah.
many other movies.
Those Nazis were using. Those are Israeli-made Desert Eagles.
Wow.
Yeah. That
we
made
know
me-
that
That's
now.
hilarious.
We know that now because of all the movies we watched.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's just one of the funniest
It's weird.
self-owns.
I know.
I don't think they realized.
Yeah, they didn't realize it.
No.
They get up to the roof to fight this helicopter, I guess, because the monk.
Yeah.
I know none of you watched Ninja 3: The Domination last week. You did.
I did. Yeah. Yeah.
When he starts, I'm like the black ninja from the last movie did a similar thing where he's
Yes.
swooping around on the landing legs of a
On the helicopter, yeah.
This
Yep.
guy was so much better at it than the last guy was.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going around like he's a middle schooler on the monkey bars, like
Right.
just
Yeah.
flipping around, taking dudes out. He makes a guy fire his gun through the control panel of the helicopter.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Carr's down on the roof fighting some old fat white guy.
Yeah.
And the thing knocks down a satellite, and he ends up getting dragged down to the edge of the roof where he drops the scroll.
Oh no.
This Nazi woman is the luckiest. She just literally pulls
She knew.
right up in
Again.
her car.
She's like tracking homing beacon on the scroll. She knew it fell to the ground. I'm gonna pull my Crown Vic up right here.
Yeah. And she's
smell
like,
it.
and pick it up.
I wanted to roll down the window and go, oh, damn, is that the scroll?
Grandpa, you wouldn't believe it.
Do you know what I mean? Like and she goes on, she's like, I guess that's it.
That's
it.
scroll. Let me get it.
Perfect.
Driver,
Meanwhile,
go by the gas station. I'm going to play the lottery.
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
feeling lucky today.
Car was
Before
on
we go to Grandpa, we're stopping at the gas station. for
Car
that
was on the
lottery
roof
ticket.
outrunning chopper miniguns because he was believing that he could,
Yeah.
or whatever.
I
if you
expected
try
him
hard enough.
to believe that he could stop the gravity of the scroll and get it back.
Yes.
That didn't happen.
Didn't happen.
No, he didn't have that power yet.
I
Yeah.
believe this movie could have been good.
At the point that you just had this helicopter shoot out on the roof, there is a police line around the building. It's so casual what happens here, Joe.
I noticed.
They don't
I
even-
seen it on the second time around.
Yes, they don't even.
Nope.
They do it so matter of factly.
Yeah.
There's a whole police line, and
It's a barricade.
Car and the monk just jog through the police line and into a taxi cab,
and pull away.
and nobody says a
Like, we're
word.
outta here.
says
Only two
anything.
people coming out of this building where this just happened. I couldn't believe it.
Very Jedi. Like you don't.
Oh, it was yeah.
So good.
Yeah, these are not the droids you're looking
Right.
for.
It reeked of. We just have to get to the next scene,
Yep.
and I can't.
Roll
Yeah.
it.
We can't.
Yep.
Like we got to keep this thing at about an hour 45. We
Yep.
you just go the taxi, get out of here.
Another
Yep.
little stupid thing when the old Nazi in his wheelchair, same one with the bad haircut,
Now
unrolls
bad makeup.
unrolls the scroll. No, you're good. Unrolls the scroll and realizes it's a recipe for noodle soup.
Which
Yet
is funny.
another
Yeah.
Kung Fu Panda reference.
Yeah.
Because what do
They make
Poe make? Him
Noodle
and his
soup?
duck dad?
noodle
Yep.
soup.
Noodle soup.
right.
And what was the secret ingredient? There was no secret ingredient.
That's right.
It's just you.
It's just you.
So I was hoping that the Nazi old guy would be like, you know something?
I've been making it.
It's just me.
It's just
I'm
me.
the secret ingredient.
The scroll is inside of us all
Yeah.
along.
Oh my gosh.
Like I've been looking for a good noodle soup recipe. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't
Did you
see
even
anything.
try it?
Maybe I gotta put more me in there. I gotta have a little more love.
Missed
Throw a little more
opportunity,
love in
Brian.
it.
He should have read
Not
through it.
Nazi, not me.
Oh.
He also had the scroll upside down, which I thought was pretty funny.
That's whatever.
So as many times as we're saying the word scroll, I'm hearing scroll, which is like the Marvel extraterrestrials,
Yes.
which is not what that is.
No.
It's our Midwestern accent.
All right. While Monk is now in the taxi spilling everything to Carr about here's what the scroll is, here's what it does. If you read it out loud, blah blah blah, like spilling the whole thing. Meanwhile, the Nazi health department shows up and kills Mako at the Golden
I
Palace.
was so mad.
Figures that
I'm
they're,
like, Mako bit it again.
but again, figures
Yeah.
that the health department is run by Nazis.
He didn't even question it.
Yeah,
No,
he
he's
was just like, oh yeah, Nazis.
He's just like, oh, you're a crazy bitch.
I like he got that in right before he got. They left the phone wire around his neck.
So brought it upstairs.
Brought it
That's what I'm
upstairs.
saying.
I was like, were they leaving a message?
Yeah.
Like
he was here.
He wasn't going to see him down
Don't try to
there.
call him.
Let's take him upstairs.
Let's take him upstairs.
Got to take him upstairs.
Monk is when they get home and they see Mako's body, Monk is just like, all right, never mind about all this. Bye.
Yes, yeah,
I'm out of here.
yeah. He's
Go
like,
somewhere safe.
Yeah.
Bye.
See you later. That's it.
Not see you.
Car
Yeah.
tries.
Oh, I did it again. I didn't even mean it.
That's
I
right.
said see you, not see you.
Nazi.
Ah.
But I didn't even mean it.
Sorry, don't hit the.
No, it doesn't mean it. I don't need it.
Oh,
No, you don't have to.
don't hit
you
the button.
Don't press it. You don't I didn't deserve it. I didn't.
I'll let that
deserve it.
That's
slide.
fine.
Accident.
Car tries to find him and ends up tracking him to the hidden temple of jealous bitches inside or under the basement
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Because it turns out they all want to be the Skrull boys
Yes.
and they're mad that it's Car that's becoming so.
Yeah.
Are they all mad or just that one guy?
Well, the
There's
one
mainly
guy
the
rats
one
him
guy.
out.
I feel
One guy rats
I feel
him
like
out.
the rest of them are just all like,
This is the only time where it makes sense why they knew where they all were.
exactly.
This
Agreed.
is the only one.
Agreed.
Because
One.
he tells the Nazis, because in a few minutes here, they're like, they're here. I'm like, how? And
Yeah.
then you realize it's because the guy
Yeah,
ratted him.
Yeah.
This is where we realize that the scroll, because the other one's fake, is tattooed on his body, on
Yes.
Monk's body.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the artist read the scroll.
I was gonna say
Is that what
either
you're
he
gonna say?
did it to himself,
Right.
which is sitting there in the mirror trying to work backwards,
Right.
or there was a tattoo artist in Atlanta, Georgia,
Who has the power of a god right now.
that is always young.
Yeah.
He doesn't know the entire scroll.
can be
but
tattooing
he's at least
People
always
forever.
young.
That's right. Yeah.
So after
Chuck things.
the 60 years and he got old, did it all get all messed up?
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, I don't know. It's a good question.
Yeah.
It's a
Well,
good
it was
question.
after he passed it on. He didn't have anything on
Yeah.
his chest. I don't know if you noticed that.
No.
It flew off.
It flew off him.
Yeah, it wiped off.
That's how tattoos work.
He's
Yeah.
his tattoo.
I get it
ever.
now.
It was a temporary tattoo. Only lasted 60
like-
years.
Everybody's just like licking their arms.
The suits show up at the temple. They're able to get away, but the rest of the monks are snatched up, including
Okay.
the turncoat, and they're all taken prisoner.
Okay. So I just want to point out,
Yes.
like Sean, what's his name?
Carr.
Car.
Is down to him and the monk were like, all our brothers are dying upstairs. Carr's like, leave them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We gotta
We gotta
go.
get outta
It's
here.
like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, just leave. It's okay.
It's fine,
Don't
man.
worry about it.
By the way, there was
It's fine.
That's what they do.
That's it. There was
They
an
sit in the
episode
basement,
of
they pray, and then they get shot.
what's the movie with Kit the car or the TV show rather?
Knight Rider.
There was one episode where it was Karr, and that was the evil car, and they had to fight.
Jeez.
How did two cars fight? Like, do they get them like Transformer style?
You've been in a demolition derby.
Oh yeah.
You know how
That's how-
you know how
It
they
was just
fight?
words. They just like
They,
it was like a spit.
It was a rap off,
That's
like a battle.
like-
You're just like rap battle.
Yep.
Tossed insults at each other.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Did he have a
Leak
blue light
oil.
instead of a red one?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
As much as I know.
So the old Nazi cleared out the Ninja Turtles to set up a torture chamber down in the sewer.
Literally, that's what it was.
It's like this memory sucking machine.
Yeah.
Into what? I didn't.
Like-
they didn't even use that, right?
No.
I
Well,
was
they're like, we'll try it on you, but too bad you don't know anything useful.
What did we get off this guy? Well, we got 6 seasons of Office. We got
Got another recipe for noodle soup.
no,
Heck
we
yeah.
got a
No.
recipe for pierogies for some
Right.
reason. I don't know why he's this. That's really
Can't
weird.
keep giving them pierogi.
We got really nothing good out of this guy.
No.
Damn it.
Dang.
It reminded me of the machine from
Princess
Princess Bride.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not up to 12 or 10.
What if they hooked up one of these monks and it was just nothing but Japanese octopus porn?
This anime
And
porn.
you're just like, what?
What?
Horrible.
I want to do some research on that. You put that in my private file.
All right, put that in my private file. Put it in my taxes 2018 folder.
Yeah.
All right. Monk says
New folder, new folder, new folder, new folder, new folder.
Monk says they should go to Jade's house. You should go to her house and,
Yeah.
right? Like,
that's a good idea.
I wasn't always a monk.
No. Back in my day.
His way to say,
Why does he know where she
I've
lives?
banged.
Yeah, right. First of all.
She left her address when she called Mako.
Yeah,
Yeah.
remember?
She left
Now
her
I
phone
get it.
number and
I-
address.
Bad
And
girl.
he got, yep.
Note on the.
I saw a note. I thought it was the
Number.
mean blonde lady being like, call this.
No, that was before they
It was
came
the
in.
other bad girl.
Other bad girl.
Yeah.
I get it now.
All right. Turns out Jade's house is real nice.
It's legit.
They get up to the, I thought of Austin Powers, they get up to the front. Is my wire team ready?
Yeah.
And they're like, "Ugh," and they just wire flip over the fence.
No, it was real.
Yeah. Oh, right. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. This is all real, guys.
Yeah.
This is all
The
they-
wires were real, for sure.
Believed
all
they
did their own
could,
stunts.
so they did.
Yeah.
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 Bro then tries to jump up to the window and crashes,
Cue slapstick comedy.
yells.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's saying like,
Kind
oh,
of.
oh crap, like loud. There's guards walking
Yeah.
around.
Right.
Yep.
And no one, he's like, you're fine. Keep going.
What if they have one of the guards has Tourette's?
That's what,
Oh, that's Richard.
That would be
Yeah.
convenient.
Yeah.
that would be convenient.
But they hadn't cased.
He's
the
always
joint.
kicking in the garbage cans and cursing. Really makes it confusing when you're trying to guard a house.
I-
Yes, but he shows up on time.
He does.
He had good references.
He's got those intangibles.
He's here every day. Never takes a sick day.
Never takes a 6 day. We just kind of have to
Sweet
deal with
man.
it.
Eats all the hot dogs.
He does.
But we look past that.
So he's jumping from the window to the
Yeah.
wall.
So car.
Go ahead. Yep. Just keep going.
I'm sorry.
to the sweat drip.
No,
Okay,
nope.
I have.
No, you don't.
To the window.
You don't. No.
To the
No,
wall.
there's no more. Anyway,
sweat drop down my
I didn't mean that.
Ah, skeet, skeet, motherfucker. Ah, skeet, 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 skeet. Ah, skeet, skeet, motherfucker. Ah, skeet, 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 skeet.
That's my superpower. I can derail things.
All right. He. Car.
I love it.
Car then believes himself into Jade's window.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I believe I can fly.
That's what it was.
I believe I can touch the sky.
Maybe
I
that.
dream about it every golden day.
Oh,
I clench my butt and fly away.
That was so nice. You know how she left her address on that that board
Yeah.
at the
Yeah.
theater? Maybe that's how mean blonde lady knew where they were going.
That is how.
Yeah.
Now I
Yes.
got it.
But don't worry, there's still another part that makes no sense.
Excellent.
Yes.
So don't worry about
when he
that.
gets flushed into the hideout.
You like to okay, Jade, who's there, likes to roll around while she flirt fights with people. So
Yeah.
her and Car roll
Terrible.
around on the ground.
Terrible.
Just
Worst movement that didn't
Yeah,
make
this
any
was
sense.
totally pointless.
Like backwards.
Almost as bad as the playground fight in Daredevil between
Oh, yeah.
Runner and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Good thing
That's what it did. That's what it was.
she had time for one of her servants to like get the fireplace going while she laid backwards on the couch, by the way.
Yeah, good stuff. And while this is
Yeah.
happening, the monk goes, "The prophecy,
Oh my
battle for love in the house of Jade."
Because her name's actually Jade.
Yes.
Yeah. And it turns out she's a mafia princess. Her dad is in prison. He's a Russian mobster. That had nothing to do with it.
Nothing to do with
I know.
anything.
I
No
thought
reason?
she was
No.
going to be related to one of the bad people in the pretend
Nazi or something.
humanitarian. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Nope.
No.
Nope.
Nope. Russian.
That would have at least made sense why she was at the thing earlier.
Yep.
Yeah.
They don't care.
Nope.
Nope.
They're now, chatting in the bedroom, and then it's another, they're here. It's the fourth they're here in the movie. And at first, right before I figured, I was like, how? And then they dart the monk and take him away.
Yep.
And leave the two of them alive.
Well,
Sure.
they were having fun
Yeah.
rolling around on the
Fine.
floor. They're
Fine.
fine.
Don't worry about it.
Who cares?
Keep rolling around.
They're dry humping each
Yeah,
other.
right.
It's
I
weird.
mean, if they knew they had an armor-plated SUV in the garage, they were going to ram through their front door. They probably would have just killed both of them.
yeah.
Probably.
But what's the
They didn't
chances?
know. How would they know?
I mean, come on.
Back in the Ninja Turtles hideout, the weirdest scene for sure. That Nina starts to riz up the
Oh,
monk
good. Another pointless scene.
Why?
while he's
Why?
like chained up, and she's like, "How far down do the tattoos go?" Oh, hey there, monk. Ooh. It's not every day I get to scan an old man for tattoos. Let's see how far does this wrap around all the way? Well, we're gonna find out tonight.
What does it do?
Got some punctuation on your.
Punctuator.
That's right. Let's just check your inner thigh while we're down here.
Oh, it looks like it stops right there.
Okay, so
Whew.
in all reality, when they take and they do, she
It was
does the
so weird.
scan-
She got sexual though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, hold on a
They
second.
had to
though.
shoehorn that in somehow.
This is going to be even weirder.
Okay.
When they did the scan and they put the scan. Wait, hold on a second. They put the
She
scan.
hit him
on-
with an Adobe PDF scanner.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Whatever. It's a scanner. Whatever. And they put it up on the monitor. It's like a horseshoe, right?
Yeah.
So you know
That his dick goes there.
it went down his thighs.
There was a
There was
a dick hole.
Yeah. It was a clear penis position.
You're right. You're right.
Yes.
It was? Yeah,
Yes.
Absolutely. I noticed that too.
Yeah.
Like it just
A clear little
arch. Like
Yeah,
the
little
St.
arch.
Louis arch there where his balls and his cock were.
So I thought that's where that last line was.
We're gonna have to lift it up.
Because there was one line left. That,
Excuse me.
Got to get back in there.
Come on.
Oh darn.
Nina, you missed a spot.
oh my god.
Oh man. While they're the old Nazi. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
There's an old joke. There's an old. I don't know how to incorporate this into the story, but there's an old joke. You know, a guy has a tattoo down there, and and he says, what does it say? It says tiny. But when he's, then it says Tony's Bar and Grill, Albuquerque, New Mexico. So it's like, how it's like she read portion of it. But
That's why she didn't have it.
She couldn't read the whole thing.
Yeah. It's like, oh, there's nothing there.
There's no, it just says
gotcha.
tiny.
What a relevant anecdote.
Turns out it was her fault.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So the old Nazi starts to read the scan as car drives the SUV to the front. They set up this thing with a blow up doll.
Elaborate. There
Yeah.
was no
Yeah.
time. No.
Where there was no time.
Oh,
And they
she had
timed
that
it
ready.
perfectly.
Yeah, she had that ready. She
Yeah.
at her disposal.
And the thing, they even had a program to flip the bird
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
at the right time. The
Yeah.
timing's crazy.
They knew when they were going to open the door.
Yeah.
Right.
I love how they do the programming too. They're like on the keyboard, we're gonna
Yeah.
program Control Alt Flip Off. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
That'll
That's
get 'em.
it. That's all you need. I love that the stuntman, instead of flying away like this, flew away like they were Superman.
Oh, yeah. And that's after the shot of the thing blowing up and nobody around it.
Nobody's around.
Nobody.
The initial explosion, there's not a
No.
single person around within 30 feet.
But go back and watch it. It's like
Oh, I know. No, it's the whole
da,
thing.
da, 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 da,
Yeah.
da, da,
Okay.
That's
And here's how that went. We're okay.
Dun,
Now, what we need you to do, we're going to set up the tumbling mats from your gym class over here. Just fly like Superman into the mats.
Yep.
That's all we need you to do.
Will there also be a parachute?
Yes. Yes. Parachute after you hit the mat. Go do
Excellent.
the parachute.
That's the
Yep.
best part.
And
We'll have a ball on there. You got to try and keep the ball on the
Apple
parachute.
Tell me
slices.
you've never directed an action sequence without telling me you've never directed an action sequence.
He's directed music sequences.
I guess.
It sounded great.
Sure. Jeez, what the hell? Okay.
What music video did we blow a vehicle up in? Can we just pull that in?
They're also already super capable. They get in the first bad guys they run into once they actually get in the building, Carr and Jade. And he's like, hey, my guy, it's not about anger, it's about peace. And then
Yeah.
uses the super judo move.
Disarms them.
Judo chop. Judo chop.
It's crazy.
Done.
Old Nazi gets really young, but he doesn't have the last verse.
No.
But he did read enough of it to become young and also have superpowers.
Which is convenient.
Yeah.
like maybe memorize the last two verses. Monk.
Exactly.
Like, so you don't get to the part where you're super capable.
Sure.
Yeah.
Exactly. Thank you.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
That seems like a slight oversight
So
on his part.
memorize
Like,
the
he
two verses that were on your thighs.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you wouldn't have to get that tattoo.
Or maybe not just go down so far
Yeah,
down
right,
the thigh.
right,
You know,
right.
just kind of like,
Like mid thigh. Like,
yeah.
yeah.
Jeez. He Carr is swept away by water for the memory sucking device. I'm getting through some of this. Nina runs into Jade and they have a 30-second girl fight. I did like she chucked the grate at her.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like it was nothing.
Right.
Okay. But she kills Nina. Okay.
Right.
Oh, I thought she was. I honestly thought she was just knocked out and would come back
It
soon.
made it look like they snapped her
Didn't
neck.
matter.
It kind of did look like. I thought her neck got snapped and she was done.
Carr gets into the main Ninja Turtles chamber and tries to jump on the old young Nazi.
Okay, I just want to point. Yeah, he gets in there, but in the most stupidest way possible.
Through the flusher.
Yeah, so he's in this tube system. They're trying to get through.
Yeah.
And the bad guy initiates this retinal scanner.
He's going to try to do the memory sucking thing.
Yeah, memory sucking thing on him. So for some reason, all this water comes through these pipes when it turns on.
Yeah.
Again, very reminiscent of the Prince
The
of Bride.
machine.
Yeah.
Well, so he doesn't get out. He gets flushed.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, okay, oh crap, he's got flushed down the drain. What's going to happen to him? He gets flushed out into the main bad guy area.
Yeah. Right.
All this water comes out right into the center of the room.
Yes.
Yep.
So that means every single time he goes to
Suck someone's memory.
I was going to say suck a monk off. He just gets.
Anyway, he tries to jump. He tries to jump on him.
Flushed out. It's stupid.
Yeah.
It's stupid. That's my final thought.
But what's more stupid is when he tries to jump on the old young Nazi. That guy's now Magneto.
Yes.
And he just stops him with his hand and throws him back.
His hair even changed back to the style and length it was 60 years ago.
It did.
He really liked that one.
Yeah.
He made a
did.
mental note on
Yeah.
it. He's like,
They all fight.
Timeless.
The three of them are all fighting, and the monk and car get knocked into an elevator that now is going up.
Yeah.
Okay. But old young Nazi is at the door when they open it on the roof. So now the fight's on the roof. Car gets buried under some scaffolding, and this I thought was the only cool fight part of the whole movie was Monk just kind of goes ape.
Yeah.
And they end up fighting on top of this glass advertisement or whatever.
It was a sign for the human rights organization. It's like their sign was they were putting it up, but it was just laying down because they didn't get it assembled yet.
Car gets out from under the scaffolding and tries to jump into the fight, but ends up just getting grabbed by his neck and dangled by the bad guy over the edge.
Yes.
And all the monk goes is, "You can beat him.
yeah, if you believe.
If you believe it." He's like, "I do believe it."
Wait a minute.
He should have been dead already if that strong man was holding him just by his neck, by his brainstem. But anyway.
Yes. But then he does his little flippy kicks around. Now he's got the powers of the monk.
He's got the power.
And they save the old young Nazi from dying, but from falling or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay?
He's like, I've been trying to change you for 60 years. I don't want to change. He's like my kid.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
Come
on. This is what we're supposed to do, but I don't want to.
So now he's like, "It's your turn,
lazy.
Car. It's your turn to be Scroll Boy." Okay?
Yep. Does a ceremony
And
there.
they do the ceremony.
All the candles get blown out.
Well, hold
again.
on, because they did. Nazi guy did let go of the pipe. He fell on the electrical wires that were halfway down the building, and then they got to the ceremony.
They tried to save him, but
They tried to.
dying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now they're doing the ceremony to make Carr into the new Scroll Boy, and same thing that happened before. Monk with no name suddenly looks much, much older. I couldn't help
Really,
it.
I thought they just peroxide his hair at that point because he didn't
Slim
look any
Shady.
older. They just
It was a
they
Slim
just
Shady.
M&M'd his hair.
Yeah.
I couldn't help it. I sat there in my living room. I said, "Oh, now he's Chow Old Fat."
Went through the
thank
desert, he's a monk with no name. To get out of the rain.
What the hell was I saying? I already forgot.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
Monk with, Chow
then
Young.
it's the Die Hard ending. Like, look out,
Yeah.
he's back, and
Yeah.
here comes
Right.
this blonde German.
Yeah.
Just like in Die Hard. Like,
Yep.
but he ends up, shooting Jade, and at this point, he's already now been passed on the powers. So Sean William Scott just crunches his nuts with a statue, basically.
Yeah.
Yep.
and
Gets
that's
stabbed
it.
and that's it.
He's dead.
Thank you.
Jade was shot, but turns out Jade is also a guardian of the scroll because they fulfilled all the prophecies
Scroll girl.
together.
Which again,
What a twist!
I didn't understand any of this. I don't get it. I don't understand why she is part of this.
Because she helped fight under the flock of cranes.
No, she didn't.
She was giving
She
him
passed
She passed him
sticks.
the stick.
That doesn't mean. Okay, did she fight for the brothers or for the?
She rescued the.
I got them written down.
They fought in the Palace of Jade.
Yep.
I got them written down.
They
here.
battled for love.
And she's the one who removed the.
She didn't battle for love. She battled for her necklace.
She loved that
she had
necklace.
love. Defeat-
She loved that necklace. Okay.
I love lamb.
Have you ever really,
Oh, good.
really ever loved
To defeat an army with cranes circling above.
Yes.
Battle for love in the Palace of Jade.
Yes.
And then you had to free your brothers you never knew with the family you never had.
She went around
she
and
did.
let all the other monks
out of the torture
out of the
thing.
Oh, did
torture
she?
chamber.
Okay.
Yes.
Also, you had to return 12 Blockbuster VHSs on
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Right.
She may not have done that one.
She didn't do it. Her helpers did.
Her helpers
Okay,
did.
so
Okay,
that,
well, they're back.
that was
They
the
got
four
back.
things.
The account's in her name. Okay.
Right.
All right. Bottom line,
Bottom line.
they go to another location. Instead of saying goodbye here, they want to shoot this next scene in the daytime, so they have their new fancy outfits or whatever,
Yep.
and they
Yeah.
meet Herbert is now Herbert again.
Yeah, Chow Old Fat's much older in this
Much
scene.
older. They come out to say goodbye to him in their new clothes, and they gives him the right answer to the hot dog riddle, which we'll find out in a minute what the real right answer is. And then I just so wanted him to be like, time for a vacation. Blam! And he gets hit by a
Yeah.
truck.
Yes.
But that didn't happen,
No.
unfortunately. But that is the end of the movie.
Well, so I want to make one last point.
Please,
before we go
please,
into
please.
it. So Chow Yun Fat, or the monk, his burden was the Nazis, right? He was Nazis were always hunting him for the scroll,
Yep.
Yeah.
this and that. Well, now, what's the guy's name again? Carr. He has a new burden.
Game on!
He's the new his new burden is the police because there's a dead body in his apartment.
Oh,
now
yeah.
he's wanted for murder.
Oh,
All
yeah.
his
That is-
fingerprints are all over the body.
Yeah.
It's covered up. It's in his apartment. Now it's just, Bulletproof Monk #2 is just him running from the cops.
Sure. I don't think
Yeah.
his prints are all over the body.
Yeah,
Just saying.
not all over the body. Not like that
There's
tattoo.
there's a lot of he had popcorn that the popcorn butter grease
Yeah.
that gets everywhere.
Yeah,
That gets everywhere.
it does.
How excited was Carr? He's like, I have an eternally young girlfriend for 60 years.
Yes.
Let's
Crap.
go. Let's go. Right? Because the
right.
first thing when I thought it was just him changing, I'm like, well, they can't date now.
Yep.
She's going to be an old lady.
Yeah.
And he's just going to still be this age for the next 60 years.
Yep.
Or however long.
Nope.
Right? But no.
Every
jackpot,
man's wish.
Yep.
Jackpot.
Every man's wish.
All right.
That's what that is.
to be in
what that is.
Bulletproof Monk.
That's
Yeah.
right.
And Sean William Scott got to live it. And we don't.
He checked that off his bucket list.
But we do get to play some games here.
Nice.
Yay.
Like, how can we improve this movie?
There's no way.
There is a way.
It's tough because all the hot dog references and the hot dog prophecy.
Listen,
It's tough.
if you don't prove to me there's a better way of improving this movie, I'm just going to walk.
Set the scene. Okay.
Okay?
It's the first part of the movie where it's just down to the Nazi and the monk.
Okay.
And the monk is standing on the edge of the cliff. Okay.
Okay, I see it. I'm reliving this.
And the Nazi says, "You're good, but you're not bulletproof." But what if that Nazi then said back, instead of just falling off like a bitch off the edge of that cliff,
What if the monk?
what if the monk
Right.
said,
Yeah.
"And you are not fist proof," and just
rams his fist to his spine.
That's right.
And rips it out.
that's right, movie over.
So you're saying that a certain character would make this movie better.
If it was played a Tibetan monk played by Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Sure.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes,
Yes.
See?
I stand corrected.
That's right.
I stand corrected. That is
Listen,
the most
a
amazing
more
thing ever.
enlightened person would invite me in for Cocoa Puffs. Okay, this is ridiculous.
Tell me about your hot dogs. I must know about them.
Listen, you've just learned the secret of the scroll of ultimate biceps. Look at this, like this? No, like this. Ah!
I have the strongest armpits.
That's right. Oh, those things would have
man.
snapped
Yeah.
immediately.
Those sticks would have stood no chance.
The other monk would have died before he could have passed on the powers. I killed him. No one's going to do it so hard. Okay?
I'm sorry.
I have to believe even harder now.
You want the scroll? Let me roll you out of here. Now.
I am the dragon warrior.
That's right.
What if you threw him in as Mr. Funktastic?
Oh my god!
Just his pecs there.
And he says, listen, lucky for you, this little crumpet. She just said she has to come back for some more fantastic love. So this battle is over. Okay.
I couldn't remember his name, and I thought it was Rockapella for a second.
Oh my gosh.
That's right.
It should have been.
You're right.
Yeah.
Now that you say it.
Yep.
All right, let's see what the
Patrons are putting Arnold
put
in here.
for
Are
Arnold.
they doing it?
Cody
Hello.
Avery says, Mr. Funktastic. Seems like that
there
would
you
be
go, eh?
hilarious.
Yep.
That would be hilarious. That she chained Arnold to the elevator
no
with
way.
one
Yeah.
chain,
There's no way that would
wrapped
happen.
it
No,
around.
and that elevator he goes up on would just be struggling to go up.
Yep.
It wouldn't even get off the ground.
Juan Sanchez also says,
Funktastic.
Funktastic, complete with the Cockney accent or Arnold's best, worst. He would never.
No.
He just would always. just do
Here's how
it.
casting would go. Can you give me a English accent?
Yeah. So I thank you for coming to Mr. Funktastic's party.
That was good. little more London. Can you give me a little more London?
Hello, I'm from London.
Perfect.
No, can you do a southern accent?
Hello, you all. Why don't you all come on back for some food?
Okay.
It's chow time.
Okay, you're French and you're in Australia.
It's time to put another shrimp on the barbie.
That's amazing. That's
And then onto the baguette.
There's not an accent he can't do.
that's amazing.
Of a Cockney accent. Listen, let's go talk up the apples and pears.
There you go. Nice.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna give you a jingle on the dog.
All right.
Okay. Where the hell are we? All right.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right.
Nick Counts playing along. Oh, this is. I don't know how to say. Is it Los
He wrote it.
Locudius?
Look, he wrote it.
Oh,
Locudius.
Locudius. Locudius. It's a rip on Star Trek. Oh, okay, cool.
I love it.
Look, I'm gonna do this so bad. Locudius.
Liquidus.
No.
It's QDS. Right here.
like,
Quisha.
It says.
like loquacious.
Thinking about this casting as the funniest spot would most likely be Monk or Carr. The line about the hot dogs in his voice would be an absolute classic. Listen, why do you have 8 hot dogs but 8 hot dog buns? I think to punch up some things that happen in the movie, make it more of a cameo situation, have him step in as Funktastic. It makes zero sense that a random British guy is running a street gang in New York.
Yeah.
Why not make it a random gigantic Austrian instead? You got big orchestras, May. Too bad I had to cut them off. Great.
I like it.
And then we got Sean McHugh playing along with us. Spud says, oh, does he have it on here?
Yeah,
oh, it's
there
down
it
here.
is, yeah.
Make him Mr. Funktastic or Kojima, the theater owner, and don't change any lines and have him just play a Japanese guy.
There it is.
A Mickey Rooney
Arnold?
situation.
Arnold,
This
can you
movie needed Mako.
Look at this.
Arnold, could you do a Japanese accent? Say, welcome to the Golden Palace.
Welcome to the Golden Palace. welcome to City Walk.
This is amazing.
That's right.
There's nothing that man cannot do.
Aaron Nowak finally says, again, Mr. Funktastic, and keep all the British language. Everyone, I think, said Funktastic
Everybody
for
did.
Arnold. I want him why not Carr?
He'd have been good as Carr, too, if you want him as a main character.
Listen.
Sure.
They did that movie already. It's called The Rundown.
Listen to me.
Right?
It's not about
Same.
strength. It's about peace, but it's also about strength.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What if
piece of
instead he
string.
was just the moth or the butterfly and went, and then fell over the
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. How about we give some awards out to this thing, man? We're going to start off. There are lots of people doing lots of parts, and some of them did that intensely. And we've got an award here called the Will Patton Award for Intensity that we give out to not necessarily even the best actor in the movie, but the one that was just going harder than anybody. They were all in this dumb movie. It's the Will Patton Award. Let's get it.
You want a war? I'll give you a war!
I don't want them to gain another yard.
You blitz all night! And if they cross the line of scrimmage, I'm gonna take every last one of you out. You make sure
They remember forever the night they played the Titans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With a gun in space.
What do you do
right.
with a scroll of noodle soup?
That's right.
I love good ramen.
All right, Cody Avery is going to kick us off here, and he says, Strucker. So is that Carl?
Yeah, that was the Nazi.
Stucker.
Old Nazi, new Nazi.
We'll say Carl then. Carl Roden to me is the most intense and the only character I can understand clearly what they wanted. Mueller, who you got?
Yeah, this one was a struggle. I guess if I'm going, I guess I'll put it this way. I'm going to go with who showed the most intensity throughout and what they were doing. And that'll be, I'm going to go with Strucker, Carl Roden.
Yeah.
Second vote.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted so much for it to be Chow Yun-fat.
Yeah.
But he was just kind of really his character. And, it's his character, right? But he's just really laid back.
Yeah.
Kind of character and didn't like bring the intensity to that laid backness. So I'm going to go with Strucker.
All right, fair enough. And Juan Sanchez says Mako as Mr. Kojima.
Okay.
He always brings his A game, even if it's just as the voice of people like Aku or Uncle I don't know how to say that. But yeah, rest in peace. Yeah, Mako's awesome, man. Every time he shows up, Juan, I'm excited. Nicole, who's your Will Patton?
So I totally hear it being the bad guy, the main bad guy with the hair. But I'm going to plant my flag for the New York head monk.
Oh, yeah.
The way he's like, sit down with me. Let me give you a cup of our famous butter tea.
Yes.
And as he's explaining things, he's just like super into it in his very American accent, which is fine. That's fine.
They are
They're American, but I mean, they're all like, I can't explain it. He just,
I know, I get what you're
a little
saying.
out of place, yet also very into it.
Yeah.
And Laquidius says has to go to Carl Roden. He is constantly over the top with every line he says, and someone might think he figured he was acting in a different movie from everyone else.
Yeah.
But really, out of the movies I recognize him from, Hellboy is fantastic. I think he's just that kind of guy. Over the top may be his style, at least in American or English language films. All right, I didn't realize he was in Hellboy. So, all right, awesome. That's 3 votes now for Carl as we head over to Joe. Who you got, man?
Well, first of all, I just don't want to condone anything Nazi.
No, it's important.
Yeah, I just want to make that clear. Mm-hmm. But I think I'm going to have to go with that
Strucker.
guy. Strucker.
Carl
A lot
Roden.
of bad guys out there that get played by
I know.
actors that they don't believe in it.
I think the moment he took it home, I mean, it was early that I knew I was going to give this guy when he stood on the edge of the cliff.
Yeah.
Turned around to the wonderful CGI background.
That was all real. Come on.
Green screen background. And
You said that was on location.
And I lied. And screamed into the top of the camera.
Yep.
Monk! And I was like, you're getting it, my friend. You're getting it.
That sealed the deal right away.
Yeah.
And Sean
Had
McHugh
me at
also
hello.
said he was the only person that seemed to put any true emotion into his role. He was really trying to be as evil as possible. As another vote for Carl, which looks like it to be a foregone conclusion at this point. But the whole time I intended to cast my vote for Mr. Funktastic himself.
It's a good vote.
He was all in in this stupid written. I'm putting it on the writers.
Oh yeah.
Part. I just thought that guy was all over that role.
He took it to another level
as
for
far
sure.
as you possibly could.
Yeah.
And respect to that guy.
Yeah.
But it's not going to matter. Even we get our last vote here for Aaron Nowak says, I am disheartened to say that I felt like intensity was a little lacking in this movie, but hearing about all the work that Sean William Scott put into this movie makes me give it to him. He also wins me over with that smolder look he gives.
No, it's the
it
chin.
sends
It's the
tingles down my spine.
I mean, I guess to each his own.
Look, he did. I guess he got really into shape and really put a lot of work into getting it done and stuff.
That's cool.
He's still.
I don't.
He's not convincing.
And I don't buy into that smolder, by the way. It's not universally.
No,
attractive.
I think he's just talking about the chin.
Yeah.
Well, that means that Carl Roden is going to win the Will Patton Award for intensity.
Well done.
He was intense.
Yeah. Congratulations, sir. Awesome.
I like it.
And now we get to move on to an award we give out to the worst actor in the movie. And I actually want to rephrase that. The worst acting performance in this movie, because some people have won. I think we gave Ben Kingsley a bunch, like in one
Yeah,
of
he got it. Yeah.
Yes, it was bad in Species.
For Species,
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean their whole career that they're a bad actor. It just means this wasn't it. Okay. Yeah. And so we call this one the Steven Seagal Trash Can Full of Dirt Award.
Trash can, oh trash can, it's a trash can full of dirt. Yeah.
Love never dies. And neither do they. Love is eternal. And that's a long time.
Sorry, that's a line of dialogue that would have fit perfectly into this movie.
That would have been on brand for this movie for sure.
Perfectly. Cody Avery kicks us off and says, this is a race to the bottom for sure. I honestly don't think there's a wrong answer. I have to plant my flag, though. So I'm going to give it to Jamie King as Jade. All right. Mueller?
Yeah, this is the disadvantage of sitting in this chair here because I got to go early.
Yeah.
Sorry. I used to be in your chair basically in the old studio,
but now you don't have to.
I was always first.
Yeah.
My initial gut was to give it to Mr. Funktastic.
Well, it's valid just because he was intense. Yeah.
He was something. My other thought is to go maybe with Nina because she wasn't great either by any stretch. I mean, and Jamie King's not a wrong answer either, but I'm going to stick with my gut. I'm going to go with Mr. Funktastic.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Mr. Funktastic.
Okay.
All right.
I didn't buy the douchey British act.
Okay.
Yeah.
Juan Sanchez says Mako that's the wrong one. Sorry.
Oh,
never mind. Carl Roden as Strucker.
What?
This guy might be playing generic old Nazi number 5. Absolutely no charisma or fear-inducing evil. He might as well be Snidely Whiplash twirling his non-existent mustache. Jamie King so wooden it was petrified acting was a close runner-up, but at least she was cute.
Oh.
Wow. So
At least she was cute.
Yes.
I kind of gave her a pass because she was the one in all the music videos. I'm like, you weren't great.
Oh.
She wasn't great.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's others that were worse, I think.
Fair enough. Nicole?
No, there weren't. It was her.
Yes, Nicole. Nice.
Straight to the point.
Yeah.
Really
You planted
clear
your
for
flag this one.
Yeah.
Nice.
No, and a lot of it was just maybe they talked her up before every scene and be like, this is the scene that means the most. And so she would be like, well, I believe that this is important. And I was like, that's out of place for this film. And I didn't really believe that she cared about the things she said she believed in.
Yes.
Yeah.
And her hair, whenever it was down, was like just right across her face. I wanted them to just blow it away from her face. It looked like it hadn't been washed in a long time.
Oh, it was awful.
What are we doing here?
Her line delivery,
Excuse me.
just watch it.
I'm looking for someone. His name is Carr. I asked around and I heard that he works here.
What's a pretty girl like you want to see him for?
I think that he may be in trouble.
I think
Half the day's gone by and he still hasn't got back with tonight's movie.
So you're saying that you haven't seen him all day?
Don't worry.
Yeah.
I can't.
okay.
I can't.
Care
Yeah.
of
So
himself.
bad.
She's just
You know
really,
what? Never
really
mind.
super green.
New evidence.
As
Change my
presented,
vote.
You changed
I'm
your
going
vote?
with Jamie King.
It's
It's just,
Yeah.
it should have been someone else.
I know.
I think
Yeah.
she worked hard. She seems like she showed up. She was ready, but she just was too green, I think, for the film.
yeah.
Yeah. No,
Oh.
changing my vote.
Normally
Jamie
I don't
King.
pull up clips in BMR, but that one I remember watching and it was a nothing scene
Yeah.
of it's all exposition. Where is he? I need to find him. Where is he at?
Yeah.
And it was like, yo.
I'm glad you did because I forgot about that because I was thinking when I watched that part, I'm like, wow, that is awful.
And her hair looked better in that scene, by the way. So I'll take that.
They-
And
yeah, they
Mako was
gotta
killing
watch
it.
Oh, yeah.
And she is just a brick.
Yeah.
That's hard sometimes,
Right.
too.
Lacutia says, this one's painful. I attempted to figure out someone else to put in here, but all the horrendous acting in this movie, it has to be Jamie King. There are moments where she looked as though she was going to fall asleep while delivering lines. The flirt fight with SWS being a prime example. She would have a facial expression while she was fighting or doing anything else, and you could see it fall off when she had to speak. She can do both at the same time. Maybe it could be one of those nice, shiny trash cans with dirt in it, like it brought in an overly expensive designer home store or something.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh. Ouch.
Joe, who's your vote?
I will say I agree with everybody on a lot of points.
Yeah.
And you played that little clip of her bad acting.
Yeah.
I will guarantee if you go through and there is other great clips of another person and his horrible acting and line deliveries. So I'm going to plant my flag on Mr. Sean William Scott.
No way.
Now, I liked the guy, okay? I liked him, obviously, as Stifler. I liked him in Old School. I liked him in Dude, Where's My Car? I liked him in Rundown.
Oh, good
I liked
for
him.
you.
I liked him a lot in Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah.
I hated him in this.
Okay.
He is absolute a trash can full of dirt. His acting skills is at par with his martial arts skills.
Wow.
Woo.
Wow.
That's it.
You skipped.
He just was himself.
Yeah, that.
That's even worse.
That he shouldn't have been cast in this
But
one.
you skipped one very important
What did I
trash
skip?
can.
What did I skip?
Our old buddy Hulk Hogan.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
It's been so
You've
long.
been
All right,
away
that's, how
too
bad,
long.
that's how bad Sean William Scott was that he superseded Hogan in Joe's voting.
I can't believe that.
That's that says more about. That's more damning evidence of anything. Than anything.
Right?
Listen, I'm going to face the camera here. BMR fans, I want to apologize for letting you down. It's been a long time since I've been on the show. It's been, what, a month and a half
Yeah.
since I've been on an episode?
Yeah.
I forgot. I forgot my shtick of
And his
voting Hulk Hogan and Santa with Muscles as my trash can bulleted word.
Just like that tattoo, now there's an empty horseshoe where that
There
should have
is.
been.
There is.
Yes.
And I just want to apologize
Yeah.
from my heart. This will never happen again.
It probably will.
It probably will.
Don't make a promise.
It definitely will.
That's right.
I'm sorry that you're upset.
Promises are made to be broken, though.
That's right.
Yeah. I'll do better. I'll do
Oh,
better
all
next
right.
time.
I was almost going to give
Thank you, Ryan, for reminding
Well,
me.
someone had to.
Somebody did.
Right.
I'm glad you did, and they didn't. Because that would have been 10 times worse.
They'll probably still remind you anyway.
Sean McHugh says Carl wrote the same guy he voted for Will Patton. He's given the trash can to.
Sure,
However,
why not?
screaming doesn't always mean you're a good actor. If that's the only way you can seem scary, you've failed. There was a deep pool of candidates for this, but him screaming the scroll at the end made me laugh so hard it took me right out. Oh, that's right. When he's screaming that other language or whatever.
At the giant computer screen.
The screen, right.
Blah, blah, blah.
Look, I played the clip. Everybody knows what my vote's going to be. It's Jamie King. Terrible.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah, she is.
I think she went on to have a great career. It looks like she's
worked.
doing
She's done a lot of work. Yeah.
And I would hope you would learn and grow throughout
I
your
would
career.
hope
She
so
has,
too.
yeah.
So again, it's not a career award, but my God, was that one rough.
Yeah.
That one scene. Oh, it's terrible. All right. Bringing us home, Aaron Nowak says, Victorious Smurfette as Nina. Maybe it's the character I hate more than Smurfette's acting, but she was still as big a pile of steaming crap as American Caillou, Forrest Whitaker in Species. And
Oh my God.
Called Forrest Whitaker American Caillou. Wow. That's bad.
What?
That's real bad. Nice, Aaron. That means that Jamie King is going to win the trash can full of dirt.
I'm fine. I'm fine with that.
Oh,
Yeah.
But I had an opinion.
They weren't bad picks.
no, not at all.
No.
Well, we get to talk about something more positive now. Here we give an award to someone that had a little bit of screen time, but made the movie better with what little time they had. It's the Steve James Unsung Hero Award.
You know, every place you go, there's always someone who thinks he's a badass, right?
Somebody.
Then there are those few who are.
Like James Hauser.
I am a karate
Some kind
boy.
of a badass karate boy.
Yes. All right. So we've got Cody Avery kicking us off, and he says it's Mr. Kojima. So Mako coming out the game with the first vote.
I think this one's easy. Mako.
I'm going to skip ahead.
Oh, I hate when people do
I'm going to skip ahead, and I'm going to give my opinion later.
No, it's fine. We all know what it is.
I just said, no, I didn't say anything. I said, I'll skip ahead and tell you that I'm going to give my
weren't here
opinion later.
3 or 4 weeks ago.
Yes, I
'cause
was.
you've been
I think
gone
I was here.
a month
actually,
and a half.
I think I was here. For
And
that
Bob skipped ahead.
Yep,
And
yep.
I was almost leapt across the
Yeah, I
table
know.
and choked him.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I am off.
No, you're good, man.
Hold on a second, guys. BMR fans, I want to
Oh,
apologize.
no, we're not doing that again.
Oh, no? You don't want me to formal apologies?
You're not getting the light, so they're not seeing you
yeah.
fully.
Juan
hat.
Sanchez says Roger Yoon as Master Monk. As the predecessor guardian to Chow Yun-Fat, he was the pebble that released the avalanche that made everyone else ask, wait, did Stifler really learn Kung Fu by watching movies?
That was amazing.
Yeah,
That's
man.
fair.
20
Good
points to
stuff.
Juan.
Good. I like
All right, Nicole, who's your unsung hero?
It has to be the boss of the
Mako.
theater, Mako.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had to act across a block of wood.
Yeah. We
That's
saw the clip.
Truly.
Hard to
Truly.
do.
That's an interesting pick, Nicole. I can't wait to express my opinion.
Well, I just wanted to help him clean up some popcorn. I just wanted to
I know.
go.
That place was a dump.
He needed
It
help.
was.
We've got Locutius here checking in. A bit tougher for me on this one. I don't know how small is too small for an unsung hero. I will admit, other than laughing at some of the action and craziness, the only time I laughed at a line in the movie was with Suresh John, who played the cab driver. You like this music? It's the bomb diggity. I forgot all about that guy.
Yes.
Excuse me, I have to talk to my baby mama. Oh, that's right, my baby mama to be. It was as though he didn't actually have lines, but wanted to squeeze them in anyhow. And it was a great moment in the movie that was full of randomness. Yeah, no, that's not a bad pick. I don't think anybody has a second vote yet. Or no,
Mako's got like 3.
Does he?
I don't know.
Oh, you're right. He does. You both went Mako, and so did Devin.
I did.
Joe.
Yes. Oh.
Who are you picking, Joe?
Who do you think, man?
Well, I want to give a couple
honorable mentions.
Honorable mentions.
Yeah.
One, the ladies guarding the door with the swords.
Yes.
Oh,
was like,
bless them.
Yes. They were just like hanging out,
eating their
just
noodle
grannies
soup.
with swords.
Yeah.
No,
man.
go away.
I love
Yeah.
that.
And then the other.
Sorry.
And then the other one was knife throwing guy at
in the sewer or Funktastic place.
Brew.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about an underrated badass.
Yes.
Yeah.
He needed more.
Absolutely.
He should have been Mr. Funktastic.
He should have been.
And then I'm going to say definitely my unsung hero award is going to be Mako.
Yeah. All right.
Surprisingly enough.
There it
All right.
is.
I'm shocked.
It's going to be.
I am also
shocked by
Face
that pick.
Mako lean.
Sean McHugh says, this guy cracked me up. Marcus Jean Puree, sure, as Funktastic.
Pirate.
A Cockney pickpocket living below the streets of New York was just so random, and I loved it. He was supposed to show back up in the final battle with his gang, but it was cut. I kind of wish this would have happened. Might have made the end feel more climactic with a big battle rather than 2 quick fights. Also, Victoria Smurfett as Nina for her not getting distracted by Chow Yun-fat's big Chinese gift.
Oh, nice.
This Chinese gift.
Based on Sean's comment, I'm realizing that
I love it.
Mr. Funktastic, who is a Cockney pickpocket, that's hard to say, is just Oliver grown up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Had to pick a pocket or two.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Is
That's a great
exactly.
poll.
Wait, nice one.
Cheers.
I'm going Mako.
Cheerio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So not much to say there.
No.
Mako's awesome, and he was the best.
Yeah.
And then Aaron Nowak said, Mako. I wanted more Mako.
Mako.
I'm mad that stupid bimbo Nina took him out with a phone cord. Freak her. We all know Mako could still beat the shoot out of her and
Thank
her
you.
goons at that
Yeah.
age. Hey,
you
I
for
appreciate
keeping it
that,
easy.
Noack
Aaron.
family got a right answer.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
Well done.
Oh.
that.
20
means that Mako is going to win the Steve James Unsung Hero Award.
I think I was shocked at my take on it.
I was floored. I fell back in my
Didn't know
chair.
where I was coming
I
from.
didn't know where you were going
I
with
feel
it.
like Mako means shark in some language.
Yeah,
No, I think it
Japanese.
does.
I know there
Is it
is a
Japanese,
Japanese for shark.
It is.
Japanese.
It is. Why are you laughing? It's true. Oh,
Samurai Cop, you just said it's Japanese for sharks. You got to see Samurai Cop, Nicole.
okay.
What does
like
Mako mean?
ninja,
It means
ninja.
Japanese shark.
Yeah, the Japanese.
It does. It's a roller coaster at SeaWorld in Florida.
I'm just I don't know. I'm just seeing if anybody else gave out any other ancillaries.
I wonder if Cocker,
yeah, we did.
I wonder if Cocker Spaniel is a Japanese for dog.
We got Sean McHugh giving out a Sherilyn Fenn Award.
Oh, hey, there you go.
The Hot Babe Award is created by Bob Hauser.
See what I mean? There are new things coming up.
Right.
Ha.
Well,
It's
this
occasional.
one's- yeah,
it's only when people want to. The Sherilyn Fenn Award he gives out is to Jamie King, specifically for the semi-goth look in her first scene. Side note, James, I had a similar situation to you when you watched Equilibrium. I recognized Jamie King, but did not know what from. I looked it up, and it was this freaking movie. Oh yes, I remember that. Yeah, nice. All right, anybody would like to give out a Sherilyn Fenn Hot Babe Award?
Yeah, I mean, I'll go Jamie King on Sherilyn Fenn.
I personally,
You probably,
Yeah.
but I get it.
yeah.
I'll give it to the butterfly.
the butterfly.
Yeah.
Nice.
I gave it to the three ladies guard the doors. those gilfs.
Yeah.
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 They're swords.
I love them.
I love.
I was
good,
gonna say
strong
Nina.
women.
I thought Nina was way more attractive. Not what she was into.
Well, her human rights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate human rights.
She was really into human rights.
Yeah, which I really hate. So that's why I was not.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously. Okay. All right, guys, it's time to give our final rating. So let's land this plane.
Okay.
It's either subjectively and objectively a good or bad movie, and a combination of the two. We're going to start off with Cody Avery, and he says, how did we get here? Chow Yun-Fat went from Hard-Boiled, The Killer, Crouching Tiger, to fighting Nazis with Stifler. This movie had bad CGI, bad wire work, bad editing, terrible tight shots of the fights, weird ADR, bad writing, and bad acting with a non-compelling story. He's bulletproof, but not dart in the neck proof. Mm-hmm. I literally didn't care about any of these characters whatsoever. This is a bad movie, full stop. From Cody.
Okay.
Harsh.
I hope that in your final rating, we will get the truth about the hot dogs.
So the truth about the hot dogs, we'll start there, right?
Yeah.
I mean, and to me, with all the hot dog references, this should have at least been a 5.7, just below Air America, right?
Yeah.
But the answer is obviously because you can't keep giving them hot dogs. That's
right.
why you have more buns than hot dogs.
So that eventually there'll be no more hot dogs to give.
That's right. Yes.
You are well on the path to enlightenment.
I am. And also the sequel to this movie is going to be Crouching Wiener, Hidden Bun. Look.
I'd watch it. I'd watch that.
I'd watch that.
Just
look.
Okay, go ahead.
I mean, look, the Stifler was miscast in this movie.
Thank you.
He had no business being in this movie. Chow Yun-Fat, I enjoyed his performance in this, right? I thought he did all right with what he had to work with. Mm-hmm. You know, he had to partake in...
But he's really Chow Yun skinny.
Yeah, right. He is.
Okay, just go ahead.
And Chow Old Fat later in the movie.
Right.
Yeah. Look, I watched this twice. There's everything that was, you know, what was that? Cody Avery, Charles Avery, whatever his name was that started.
Oh, yeah.
Avery.
Cody, yeah.
That was very, very harsh. Very harsh.
Yeah.
I don't disagree. He's right. The writing sucked. The acting, for the most part, sucked. But God, I love this movie.
Did you really?
It's so freaking fun.
I love it.
Just, you know, you throw hot dogs in there, you probably got me wrapped in, right? Because you can't keep giving them hot dogs. I wanted Tom Selleck to just pop up on this. That would have been the ultimate cameo. Tom Selleck turns around at the hot dog cart and says, you can't keep giving them hot dogs.
To these homeless people.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And then he plays with your mouth.
Right.
Like
he goes and he boops somebody's nose. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But I had fun watching this movie. It was ridiculous. It was silly. Yeah, the CGI was terrible, but I had fun watching it. So I'm going bad movie that rules on this.
All right. I love it. Juan Sanchez says it's a semi-decent love letter to Asian wire fu movies from back in the day, but in the end, it's close to a bad movie that rules, but not quite there. So this is just a bad movie, full stop. From Juan Sanchez. Well, Nicole, you have the floor.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Dance away.
Dance. Tap, tap. So it's not as R-rated as a Jet Li movie, and it's not as playful as a Jackie Chan movie, but it kind of wants to be these things. This is what my husband Jim and I were talking about.
Oh, nice.
He has many insights about bad movies.
I thought about that too, actually,
right?
like the Jackie Chan angle.
Yeah. So he was being so warm and friendly, and I felt like he was really channeling that. Yep. I do think the casting was suspect, and it could have, the same Play-Doh could have made a better creation with different casting of, definitely for Jade / bad girl. I don't know about Funktastic. I don't know if you could beat that. But also, I think Ka, the Cantonese for family, if you spell it right, could have probably been done better somewhere. And then I would have believed the ending more when this random couple takes the helm and runs off. I'm like, these two guys, I get it, but it didn't seem earned, especially from her. All of that said, it wasn't painful to watch. It wasn't awesome. I don't think it was a good movie, and my son was there and I was like, all right. I mean, she was feeling up the guy, but I was like, all right. He goes, ew. Yeah. Especially when they were in the train station down below, and then Jade like just like French kisses the guy weirdly.
Fantastic.
When she like chains him up a little.
Yeah.
So then he was like, ew. But apart from that, it was fine.
I was actually watching it alone by myself, and I still went, ew.
It's fair.
Yeah, and I still was like, oh, she's forced to do that is what I thought at that time. But anyway, so I think it's a bad movie that rules because it didn't hurt anybody. And I could, do something else and have it on and not mine.
Mm-hmm. I love it. So we've got 2 patrons that said bad movie full stop and 2 hosts so far that have said bad movie that rules.
The patrons that give us piles of shit in the votes.
Yeah, they're being
also a bad movie. Right.
I love it.
Give me a break.
So we've got Locutius here with his final thoughts. And he says, I remember watching this movie when I was younger because I had a strange affinity for Sean William Scott. But I still like this guy for the most part, but he fell off quite a bit. What watching this did do, however, was it made me catch more Chow Yun-fat movies after this. For that, I am grateful. The acting is atrocious across the board. The action is cheesy as hell. And it was some insanely stupid wire work. It was cut together like they could not decide what movie they were actually being involved in. Bouncing from scene to scene in ways that make no sense and make it seriously hard to follow and to figure out what and why these choices were made. How did the kid get stuck in under the train track when she fell on top of it? Yeah, no, it's for sure.
Yep.
Why is there a random party on a subway train? Why wasn't there one? If Strucker couldn't recite the entire incantation, how did he become as powerful as the guy with the scroll memorized? None of it makes any sense. It's just terrible. All that being said, I still like SWS and Yun-fat. And they actually had enough spark to slide this over to the bad movie that rules for me.
Hey.
It was so very close, though, on this rewatch to be a bad movie straight up. When I wake up tomorrow, I may have a different opinion on that. Would I watch it again? Not on purpose. If it were to be on somehow and I sat down, I might not change it.
Okay.
Wow. Okay. All right. I appreciate you, man. Nice job with your first time doing awards, brother.
Yeah.
Joe, you have the floor. What are your feelings?
This movie is hollow. There's no legitimate drama. At no point in time did I think any of the characters were in any real danger. Everything was taken way too chill for the situation. So many plot holes. I made another Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
I mean, it was ridiculous. Acting, terrible. Casting, terrible. But there is this. I heard this comedian say something. It was part of a skit, and it kept ringing in my mind. And he wished from a genie for ultimate happiness, and he's like, "You're going to get a brain aneurysm and a milkshake," And and I felt that this movie was a brain aneurysm and a milkshake,
but not in that order.
Yeah, a milkshake, then a brain aneurysm.
Yep.
Exactly. So it was one of those things where if you just punch yourself in the face until you get catatonic, you get yourself a milkshake, and you put this on, you are going to be happy.
Okay.
You are going to be happy.
You just have to believe enough.
Yes.
Believe.
If you believe,
you've got to believe
that you're mentally not there, and you don't care about things about acting and plot and all that
minor
stuff.
Details. Minor details.
It's not a bad movie. So I think I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna go with the bad movie the rules.
Okay. All right. Sean McHugh said this film has a cool premise, decent cast. I think it could have been a good movie if it was directed by its intended director, the incredible John Woo. Yes, I should have said that earlier. He was supposed to direct the movie. Yeah. Instead, it was somehow handed to a director of music videos. Fight scenes are choppy. CGI is insanely bad. The wire work is overdone, and there is a serious lack of gunplay. John Woo needs to remake this and make it good. This is a bad movie. However, I laughed so much at all those aspects and enjoyed watching Sean William Scott attempt to do kung fu. I'll probably watch it again just to make fun of it. So for that reason, I think it kind of rules at the same.
Yeah, I think if John Woo does this, it's an R-rated movie.
Oh,
yeah,
and
for sure.
It's a good movie, straight up.
Right.
I'm glad. I like what you said about it being how I just kept thinking of this as empty calories. That's all it is. It's a bag of Cheetos.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's just nothing in there good for you.
And as soon as you bite it, it just melts away.
It just melts away, and it's just gone. And I'll probably never think about this movie ever again.
No.
I think it's a bad movie straight up. I don't think there are some enjoyable elements to it. It was so poorly directed, I can't enjoy the movie.
Yeah, you couldn't get past that.
Not give the movie like this a $50 million movie with big time stars to a guy that's just directed a Ja Rule video 3 weeks ago and be like, this will be fine. We didn't get John Woo. Let's not go to the next person. Let's jump off a cliff.
Let's get shot in the chest. And back swan dive off a cliff.
And the dead body we land next to is going to direct this movie.
Yeah.
Like, it was such a horrible decision. And I'm sure they had their reasons, or owed somebody a favor, or it was somebody's nephew, or what. Who knows? It was just, the minute that happened, it was over.
Yeah.
Before they shot a scene, it was over.
It really is a cautionary tale to people who are trying to sell a film, who are just like, just get it sold. Get it sold. Because then it can come back and the thing that you wrote isn't the thing that you wanted. Yeah.
And so I'm glad the writers, although some of the writing is terrible, but you can also make writing look terrible in how you shoot it, frame it, edit it, act it. I'm glad they ended up getting Kung Fu Panda done 3-4 years later, and that's their meal ticket forever and ever, and good for them.
Noodle ticket.
Their noodle ticket. Perfect.
Yes.
But I'm sorry, guys. This is a bad movie.
Okay.
Don't apologize.
Yeah, it's bad. Aaron Nowak says, I am certain that James stated multiple times in this episode that Paul Hunter is a music video director.
Yes.
And that this movie feels like a bunch of them slammed together.
Check.
I agree if he did, but he made some bangers like Wild Wild West, Biggie's Hypnotize, Fly Away, Lenny Kravitz's, and Manson's The Dope Show, Gwen's Holler Back Girl. Yes, he has worked with the best in music videos, and we won't even talk about all the Diddy ones. But this man was given a chance for one full featured film in his career and ran with it. He was forced into using all the line work that was at the time being overused with a story concept we had seen a million times. A master makes a delinquent into a godlike human in 2 days. Sorry. Chow Yun Fat is good. SWS is great in everything. Everyone else was okay. Is the movie good? By Falk's sake, no, it's not. Is it terrible? Also, no. But is this a movie I can put on in the background while doing other stuff? Hex, yeah. I like how he started censoring himself.
Yeah.
Yes, I like this.
I mean, I own 2 physical versions of this, and one's a screener copy. This movie rules with a Z, even for as flippity flappin' bad as it is. Aaron Nowak. Yeah, man.
He's awesome.
If you like it, go for it. Like what you like, as we always say.
Yes.
But the fact that he worked on, I don't care if he had shot Thriller, okay? It doesning mean he was going to do a good job with a feature film.
Right.
No one even talks in music videos. They're just syncing to recorded audio.
Holler Back Girl.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's a great
Gwen
music
Stefani.
video.
Holler Back Girl.
Listen, Joe, you make incredible Halloween costumes.
He
What?
does.
I don't.
Okay.
I don't know what
He
you're talking
does.
about.
You do make incredible costumes.
I am not going to direct the
I'm
movie.
not going to let you perform my brain surgery.
Well,
Okay. You might think they're both used.
Yeah, I mean, you could do a brain, right?
I'm just saying.
Hold on a second.
You might think to yourself, well, both of these things use cameras.
No.
That's where it ends.
no.
Okay.
No. You're wrong, James.
You're wrong.
You're wrong because you know
You're
why?
wrong.
I just watched this movie
No.
and I found out all you have to do is just believe it.
Just believe.
By the way, Joe makes amazing things, and you can hire him. I'll bet.
Don't hire. No, please don't hire.
So just kidding. He has no time today.
He has no time to be hired.
But he's amazing.
But thank you.
All right. So now that that's out of
One
the
thing I
way-
want to note,
Yes.
when they were in the plaza with the girl, and I think he was holding the film cans, and they were having a conversation for the 3 of them, the lighting on her was really poor compared to, they just hadn't figured that out.
Yeah.
But behind them was a truck that was selling things, as they often do for food in the city. But the way that they were blocking things, it looked to Jim, my husband, like it said sausage fries, and he really wanted to try that.
Oh.
So that's
Also,
something.
while he's dangling off the roof and the scroll's almost falling, he looks down to the street and there's the PA blocking traffic.
No way.
Yeah, oh yeah,
I love
for
that.
the set.
And I love when a good extra looks at the camera, or just like I once saw.
There was a ton of them
When
that
they were
was
like-
like so awkward.
Yeah.
I love it.
In the background.
That's my favorite. I will go back and watch it again. Or where they have to fake eat because they have to keep this thing for many takes. They're just going.
Yes, and they're just fake miming
Yep.
eating.
Yeah, it's great.
The further you get away from camera, the funnier things you can
Oh
find.
my
Yep.
gosh,
Like,
they're great.
Go watch Braveheart sometime.
Oh,
They're the most epic
Yes.
things happen in the background of
Yes.
that.
really?
Oh yeah.
Oh, the
Sold.
guys
So,
like sword fighting, but not sword
Obviously,
fighting.
obviously, like Mel Gibson in the foreground
Yeah.
is doing incredible things.
Yeah.
Amazing stuff.
The next 3 levels of the shot are all doing amazing things. When you get back to like the 5th and 6th
Sure.
and 7th guy back there,
I love it.
They're slap fighting
Sure.
and not clanging swords
Voguing.
together. And it's so bad.
Pulp Fiction dance.
They're
Yes.
ducking like just basically swinging swords over their heads.
Yeah.
Just over their heads by each
But
other.
only way back there.
Yeah.
I love it.
Like, yeah. It's an incredible, it's an Oscar winning film.
Yep.
It's incredible. But I always, now that you see it, I can't unsee it.
course.
So I'm
I
always
love-
just like
I love looking
watching
at
the
that.
guy.
What a
in the back
gift.
not fighting.
Thank you, extras.
And so always, if you're on your 5th, 6th, 7th time through a movie, start looking for some other stuff
good.
because you can find things that are just incredible.
Yep.
Incredible.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you guys for all being here and being part of Bulletproof Monk. Thank you, the patrons who voted for this one. We'll see what they come up with us or come up for us next month. But I know what we got next week. Next week,
What?
we are talking about The Punisher.
Yeah, nice.
Thomas Jane's 2004.
How is that a bad movie?
Bro,
I'm
I don't want to get
I
into
have
it.
to pull it up right here, but
I don't wanna get into it.
qualifies via
I-
the score.
I agree.
There's only a few movies that we've done that I get offended by because I'm not
Yeah.
supposed to get offended because
Right.
I don't want to because I don't want the patrons to feel like they should get offended.
Right.
Because we're not picking it. It is
Right.
because of some other matrix.
Yeah.
But that one I get a little like there's a little twinge in
Look,
me.
Thomas
Like
Jane.
I when you said it, I want to cock my hand back to you. I was
Please.
like, oh, okay, I can't.
We'll fight in the post show.
Okay.
John Travolta. Will Patton
Yeah.
is in this movie.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So
Yep.
we'll
He
see.
doesn't win the award.
It's only the second, I think, Will Patton movie we've ever done on the
Yeah.
show after The Postman,
Yeah.
right?
Is it?
I think so. I don't think we've done another
I
Will
thought
Patton.
there was one other one at least.
You guys, if I'm wrong, track it down and tell me.
Yeah, the Discordians that
Yeah.
keep track of this, let us know.
But if you want the post
Internet
show,
will
if you
never
want to hear what we're going to talk about after we stop recording, head over to our Patreon, patreon.com/badmoviesrule, where the show is going to continue.
Come on over.
And in the meantime, thank you on behalf of Nicole and Ryan Mueller and Joe. We will catch you guys on the next one.
Why'd they have to fight on the bridge? Dangerous. I don't know why. They cast this movie like that. Could have played something else in the movie. Was it Arnold? Yes, it was Arnold.
Well done, Nicole.
Thank you.
Well done.
Bulletproof Monk. We out.
Takes a shot.
Peace.